Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Poppies fans, wherever you may be, to St James's Park. No, not that one. It's Brackley Town versus Kettering Town. The Poppies. A very, very happy New Year to you. And well, let's face it, it can't be much worse than the last one. But we are here with football, the first game of the new year, and it is a local derby, or the localist of derbies in this league anyway. The Brackley Town, the Saints versus Kettering Town, the Poppies. We have team lineup coming for you in just a moment. But first of all, let me introduce my usual partner in crime. It's Mr. Paul Cook.
Oh, good afternoon, Ed. How are you?
Yes, absolutely average. Yourself?
Yeah, the same, yes. We're here at St James's Park in an unusual commentary position today. We're actually in the turnstiles.
Yes, we're right in a corner. So, we were pitch side at Alfreton. We're pretty much the same here, but we're tucked right in a corner.
It's another first for me, Ed. I've never done a commentary in a turnstile before.
No, neither have I. But in all fairness, fair play to Brackley, because we would have been up on the other side. Unfortunately, there was no power over there, and we do need it. So they've said we have some power in their turnstile, so that's why we're here. And what a wonderful setup. We've been very well looked after, I have to say. Pitch is looking in good condition.
Just seen Peter Shaw hand £20 out there. I've never seen that before in my life. So that is an incredible statement already that we've seen. But,
yeah, the pitch is looking in good condition, actually very green on it. Obviously we're ground level, so I don't know if it looks any different from up on their gantry, which is a very interesting setup, I have to say. They have a purpose-built gantry above a porter cabin, much like we have at Latimer Park, actually, which I presume that was used for things like the FA Cup game. However, there has been another one built, a slightly smaller one built, in front of it, in between the dugouts. Now,
it's rather dangerous, isn't it?
I wouldn't expect the management team are too happy with it, considering that they will have to be right on the edge of their dugouts to see down the line. But not only that, if there's a 50-50 on the halfway line and a player goes cracking into that, I know they've got the old sort of swimming flotation devices that they put around the metal poles, but that would be dangerous, I think, for the player and for those up on the gantry, because if you get someone like Kyle Perry steaming into the bottom
not
of
that down, won't it?
Yeah,
like
a
forklift truck going into some.
It's not taking the mick out of Kyle Perry, but any player with any sort of strength on them is going to maybe bust the bottom of that open. But we shall have to see how it goes. Paul, do you want to take us through the lineups for today?
Yeah, Kettering Town are like this, played in blue and white this afternoon again. It is Adam Collin in goal, number 2 Gary Storer, 3 Connor Johnson replacing the injured Jevon Anderson, 4 is Ben Milnes, 5 Ryan Fry, captain, 6 Michael McGrath, 7 Callum Powell, 8 Connor Kennedy, 24 Carl Perry, 10 Michael Richards and 11 DeCarry Sheriff. The subs for the Poppies this afternoon are 12 Sam Jones, 14 Ben Stevens, 15 Jay Williams, 16 Callum Belly-Nichols and 17 Ashanti Price. That is your Kettering Town lineup.
Yep, and I'm just going to put the Brackley team lineup on the screen so you can see that as well. Just so you're aware, we've shortened Kaleem's name down to K Bailey-Nichols for the pure purpose that if we put his full name on here, it ruins the complete layout of the screen. So we can do it for away teams, because as long as they're not the first 4 numbers, the away teams are fine because they can go underneath the badges. But there's nowhere for the Kettering lineups to go. So I'm afraid we've had to shorten that down. But yeah, it's a pretty much unchanged side, apart from Jevon Anderson is injured, probably dizzy from being spun round by that number 11 all time on against Alfreton.
Bum bum.
Bless him. No, of course. He struggled, but he did the best he could by himself against that number 11 as well. He didn't have a lot of backup, which is you have to have. But yeah, he's injured. Apart from that, it is the same lineup. But Connor Johnson, who we thought had gone back, is still with us. And is starting today. He had a good game against Ashton, it has to be said. He struggled a little bit to start with, showed his inexperience with the penalty, but apart from that, produced some good blocks and looked solid. And the only mistakes he made really were the kind of mistakes you'd expect from a young defender. So nothing to worry about for Kettering there. I would imagine McGrath will go to left back then. And it'll be Johnson and Fryatt in the centre with Storer on the right, I'd imagine. But I think we've heard it's a 4-3-2-1, which would mean a back four of Storer, Johnson, Fryatt and McGrath. Midfield trio of Richards, Kennedy, Milnes, and then Sheriff and Powell flanking Kyle Perry. So 4-3-2-1, 4-3-3, whichever way you look at it, I guess. But
we'll soon see when that starts out a little later. Brackley, of course, this will be only the second time we'll have met Brackley Town in a first-class competition, and this was a year ago today, virtually, when we drew 1-1 here on New Year's Day. The 5 attempts since then to get them played at Latimer Park in various competitions, of course, have all been postponed through pitches, weather and COVID. And, of course, Brackley progressed in the FA Cup to the second round at the expense of Kettering, who had to forfeit the tie because of the squad testing positive for COVID, and then Storm Bella put pay to our Boxing Day fixture not too many days ago. Team signing, the new signing, Callum Bailey-Nichols from Gloucester. He's also played for Wrexham, Leamington, Rushall, Nantwich, among others. He scored Gloucester's third goal in the opening day of the season in that 3-1 win. He's on the subs bench today. And Jevon Anderson, although not playing this afternoon, is going to be with the club on loan from Burton Albion until January the 29th. Brackley unbeaten in their last 4 home games. Of course, they beat the leaders Gloucester 3-2 a couple of days ago. They beat Blyth Spartans 2-1, Spenamore 1-0, and the home game before that a 1-1 draw with Chester. In between time, they've beaten Guiseley and drawn with Leamington. The last defeat was against Kidderminster here at St James's Park 7 games ago. So they are in form, and this is going to be a tough test for Paul Cox's side, with 2 poppies for Brackley on the subs bench. That's Tree Mitford. And Alistair Werby, of course, played for Kettering a few seasons ago. He's the reserve goalkeeper for the Saints. So there we have it. Kettering, of course, might be giving a debut to Callum Bailey-Nichols during the game. So that's your Brackley stats and facts for the time being.
Yeah, Sam Jones there trying a speculative effort in the warm-up from about 40 yards. Have to say, he did score a goal very similar for me on Football Manager, but unfortunately he didn't score that one in real life. But there we are. Not long till kick-off. I make it about 8 minutes, so probably 3 until the teams make their way out of the tunnel. Tunnel is in the corner. Whether they will both be making their way out from that tunnel or whether there's different points of entry, I'm not overly sure. We shall wait and see. Both sets of teams are in the changing rooms, getting a last-minute talking to by their management staff, and only the substitutes remain out on the pitch, plus a few others. Ethan Johnston is here, not on the bench today, but he is here and with the team. Apart from that, Jay Williams is trying some shots. No, not an area we expect to see Jay Williams in, taking shots from the edge of the box, but
well, he has put in a few shots last season when he played on loan. Just so that you know, on Tuesday the 5th of January we'll be at Boston United. We'll be covering that for you, Ed and myself, at the Jacobs Community Stadium, the new stadium, that as well, yes. In Lincolnshire, on the outskirts of Boston, which will be a different venue for us. And then on Saturday, a home game against Gateshead on the 9th, followed by Leamington in the FA Trophy 4th round on the 16th. It's a trip then to Chorley on the 19th of January and a home game against Darlington on the 23rd, before 2 games away, Farsley and Celtic, summing up January, if all those games do take place due to the weather conditions, of course. And now we have to add COVID to that as well. Just an interesting stat, I did mention it to Ed earlier on before we went on air, that career goals-wise, if you take one player out of the Kettering squad, there is no other player to have actually got into double figures. Who's that player that scored all those goals?
Is it Brett Salkin?
It's Brett Salkin, of course, who hasn't played this season. He's on 118 goals, and the next is Richards and Mills on 9 and Kennedy on 8.
Yes, but you have to say, Kennedy, although that seems poor, you've got to remember he only scored 2 last season, so 6 of those have come this season.
They have, and 3 of those have come away from home as well. So, 4 if you count the FA Trophy. So he's on fire away from home. Goal scoring, we've scored 11 goals away from home, 7 at home in the league, and 18 obviously then in all league games. Well, the footlights are flickering on here. There's a few fans I can see outside the ground.
Yes.
There are up trees and on the banks behind the stadium to our left, getting a free vantage point. So they'll be watching. Some of the die-hard fans that don't want to miss a game. I was there if you weren't, but I was there, and they're here. Hopefully right. But they're there. I can see some heads at the other end as well. So people are getting a vantage point. Of course, at Latimer Park, you can go up the Morrison's Hill and slide down there at your will if you wish.
Yeah, lots of games falling foul today of various conditions. Alverton and Boston was postponed. Obviously, next week's fixture against Boston. They're going to have a nice break for that one. Alfreton's pitch is frozen, I think.
Is it fresh?
Well, yeah. Curzon Ashton Southport off. Gateshead Blythe off. Spennymoor Darlington off. So I'm not sure the reasons for all of those, whether there's any COVID issues in the camp or whether York, Bradford off.
Wow, that is.
I don't know whether there's COVID issues or whether there are
snow
waterlogged, or we did see that York City was basically under snow. It looked like an ice skating rink.
Certainly in the Midlands, around the Kidderminster Stourbridge area, there's plenty of snow, but none of these games are affected by that.
Players are coming out. The Kettering side have come out first in their blue and white shirts, blue shorts with white trim, and blue socks. Colin in his highlighter yellow strip, and we await the Saints, who will come out, I'd imagine, in their home strip of red with white.
There comes the managerial team.
Yeah, the dugouts are on the far side from where the tunnel is, so they've got to walk across the entire pitch, which I'm sure will be nice for them. Gives Paul Cox a little bit of thinking time at half-time to wander across the pitch and get his thoughts. Also gives Ramshaw enough time to get into the referee's ear at half-time.
Well, let's hope there's not too much thinking time for Kettering manager at half-time. Let's hope it is going to be a game in Kettering's favour. Of course, it was quite a classic game here. 900 odd here last New Year's Day. I'll say there's about 7 people behind outside that I can see. And atmosphere, not to say, here come Brackley coming out of the middle of the stadium in their blue, red and
it's the same
white.
as what happened at Alfreton. They're going to the same side that Kettering are. I'm really not too sure what's happened the last 2 games, but there seems to be an issue with which end teams go to, and Kettering have gone to the wrong end again. Yeah, Brackley in their red and white with white shorts, red socks. Goalkeeper in a dark green shirt, black shorts and black socks. The old, almost the old-fashioned goalkeeper kit, isn't it? Dark
it is.
green
He's
and black.
even got the balding patch on the head to go with it, hasn't he? But what it is nice to see, Ed, isn't it, also, is that the red shirts of Brackley, the numbers, we can actually read
white.
them.
Yeah, Alfreton made the fatal mistake of having red and white shirts and then putting their numbers white as well, which was an issue, but no issues here against Brackley. White numbers emblazoned on the back and white numbers emblazoned on the back of Kettering shirts as well, as we're going to be at the end, which Kettering will be defending this first half. As we said, we're right by the corner flag here, but very grateful for Brackley to put us somewhere where we can have some power, which means the laptop stays on all game. So we will have a good view, a good vantage point of any action that happens. Let's hope that the action is all at the far end, though, which means that we may have a little faux pas as to who's scored what. We are a long way away.
Faux pas? We don't make faux pas.
Well,
we make
no,
mistakes.
We don't. Do we? Very true. But the referee is out. McGrath taking the armband for Kettering, of course, and for Brackley, it's
Gareth
so his opposite number, 6 and 6. Although Carl Perry is looking interested in the centre circle.
You are listening to Poppy's TV Audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery here at Brackley Town. Ed Palmer and Paul Cook bringing you this service for this exciting game against the Northamptonshire Clash, let's call it. And Kettering never played Brackley at home in any first-class competition, playing Brackley for the second time away from home. The music stops and there's a little huddle going on in the Brackley half. Kettering all spread out, a referee listening to the 2 captains. It'll be interesting. McGrath there with his all-like accent, and there'll be
there's quite
Dino.
A few, isn't there?
There is a few Midland accents. Yes, very Brummy indeed.
Very strong accent from Carl Perry. But
Callum Bailey Nichols also
from there, born Wolverhampton,
Black Country, so he's
played around there. And we're swapping ends, so that was completely pointless waste of time. Kettering moving from one end to the other because they're now going to end up back where they were. I wonder whether McGrath's won the toss. I reckon Kettering lost the toss at Alfreton then, because I think Kettering would have done that at Alfreton as well.
Well, Kettering playing uphill in this first half.
Yes, it does mean that we're going to be looking at the end where the action is, which means that any last-minute drama for Kettering will be the other side. But we do get, hopefully, a good start today because, of course, against Alfreton, both halves, Kettering were asleep, it has to be said.
Well, that was been an issue for Paul Cox, who's hitting goals in early minutes of the games. And even at Ashton, they had a very, very good chance in the first minute of that game. It was by the near post, but it's going to be Brackley to kick off. It's Ashley Chambers with the ball. Shane Byrne is next to him. And
Good player, isn't he, Shane Byrne?
He is a good player indeed, and it is about to kick off.
Referee just counting the players, make sure no one's...
Kevin Wilkin just walking by us, going behind the goal. Know Kevin quite well for different reasons, but work reasons.
There's
but,
a few fans behind the goal trying to get some chance going.
Quite unusual, isn't it? Well, the referee's taking quite a while to get the game, and we're off. And it is Byrne with the ball. He plays it out wide to Miles. He plays it long, and...
well, it'll be interesting, you know, if Brackley had seen any of the game against Alfreton. They will want to target that left-hand side because, of course, that's where Kettering's problems were. It's a different lineup, though.
Yeah, we've got Connor Johnson there now, haven't you? Who, as you say, was very good.
Yeah, of course, as Trey Mitford walks around us with a new hairstyle. There's a good ball forward, though, and Sheriff is going to put some pressure on here. He's on the left-hand side of Kettering's attack. To carry Sheriff, twisting, turning towards the byline, puts it in through. Oh, nearly an own goal.
It was. From that angle, Ed, I thought that was in.
Yes,
and
Gareth Dean, sorry.
It's a corner to the Poppies. Ben Milnes racing over right where we are. We're right in that corner. And
I could swing this one in myself.
Nearly fell over the chair there, yeah.
But,
if I go over, the whole lot goes over.
Yeah,
so that's the problem. If we score, we could be
You're
interested.
also about to trip me up with that wire, so I'm going to move the other side if I can.
Righty-ho. So it's Ben Milnes then with this corner. It comes in towards the back post. It's down. There's Perry. Punched out by Lewis. There's Sheriff. Sheriff in the penalty area, plays it out, but unfortunately straight to a Brackley play, intercepted by Fryatt. Got it to Kennedy. Kennedy plays a shot, and that just goes wide of the post. But a better start from Kettering, not a goal down in a few minutes. So
yeah, early start. To carry Sheriff had a great view of that, didn't we? Of to carry Sheriff twisting and turning down there. I'm just wondering whether it's worth us changing microphones actually with that wire. Nope, that's fine. We'll change standing positions. But yeah, we've got a little table and the turnstiles. We're nicely set up, it has to be said. So goal kick then for Brackley. Danny Lewis, the man to take it, which he does. Brought down in the middle of the park. McGrath out to Storer, who's currently in a left-back position now. I don't know whether that's because by design or whether he's just there. You'd expect him to have got back into position from there, so I'm not overly sure where where Storer's playing. He certainly looks left-back, is it?
It's strange because he's right up front now, isn't he? He's wing-back, isn't he? Playing as a wing-back.
Back three. I'm not overly sure what the formation is here, actually. Bear with us, we'll try and work it out. It may even be a back three with Storer left wing-back and Powell right wing-back. Perry wins the header. Sheriff can't get it through to Powell as it bounces off the number 5 and cleared away. Good header by the youngster Connor Johnson. Out to, Powell, who looks a little bit further back than he usually is. No, this is Powell now. I'm really confused.
Well, Powell's won the ball. It's a good chance here for Kettering.
Round the linesman. That's going to be kept in. Goal kick. Well, the Kettering directors over there not happy with that. Powell actually had to go behind the linesman to keep up with that one. Good defending, though, by the Brackley man, who shepherded the ball out of play. 3 minutes gone, still 0-0. You're listening to Poppy's TV Audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery. A long kick, headed away by Johnson. Milnes to Richins. Yeah, Richins is playing right back. We've seen him play right back before this season. So, yeah, it looks like a back three with wing backs of Storer and Richins. There we are.
Well, we're into the 4th minute, not a goal down, so that is an improvement. And
Kettering trying this high press with Powell causing some issues for the Brackley man and forces him to fall over his own feet and put it out of play into the Kettering dugout. Perry not happy that the Brackley bench are preventing him from getting the ball early.
A bit of gamemanship, you think?
A little bit, yeah.
Early doors for that, isn't it?
Well, it is a derby, of course, allegedly, so we're told. But it was a
here
very
it is,
feisty game at Alfreton, wasn't it? And,
yes, I'm surprised no one was sent off there, but there wasn't, and that's good news.
Kennedy loses out that particular battle, although that's come back to Ben Milnes. Ben Milnes sprays out to the left for Storer. Storer tries to shovel it through to Powell. That should be the goalkeeper's. It is. Danny Lewis comes out.
Kettering already had 3 reds this season so far, Ed, and don't want any more of those.
Clipped long, McGrath underneath it, heads it neatly to Milnes, who brings down and plays back to McGrath under pressure, who tries to spray the ball across field, bounces off a Brackley man, but finds its way to Richin, who plays it out to this near side. Sheriff is going to have to do well to keep this in, and he has done well, and it's come off the Brackley man, and he's trying to claim it. Number 2, Ellis Miles, it came off Sheriff. That's never going to work. But it is a Kettering throw-in. It's going to be Kennedy to take this one.
Early chance for Kennedy, isn't it? Yeah, put a long throw in there.
Sort of in line with the edge of the box again on this near side. So the left-hand side of Kettering's attack. 5 minutes gone. Another good chance for Kettering to get the ball into the area. He wipes the ball down. And there's a lot of whistling going on out there, but not by... Mills is being told to come back to mark the man on the edge of the box. Still not doing so, but there he goes. Connor Johnson up there, McGrath, Fryatt to the back 3, all forward, thrown in. Fryatt trying to claim a foul there, not given. Richins takes aim, and that bounced off the number 7, Wes York, and it's fallen.
It's near in Yorkshire, isn't it?
Yeah, thanks for that. I wanted to be the first one to get that in. And away come Brackley on the right-hand side with the number 2, Ellis Miles, breaking forward over the halfway line now, right back position, clipped into the channel. McGrath has cut that one out neatly, and Connor Johnson partners with him to bring it back to him, and he can clear away again down that line. It's not going to reach Perry, but that header's poor. It's come down onto Perry's chest. Now to Storer. Storer into Perry. Couldn't quite cut that one out, but the clearance has gone to Ben Milnes, who is no foul, says the referee. Kennedy, long range shot. Oh, keeper has to palm it away. And well, Brackley under a little bit of pressure here.
That was a 35-yarder there from Mills, wasn't it?
It was well struck. We had a side-on angle at it. It didn't move up and down-wise. It may have moved in the air. Good save from the goalkeeper.
Did well, didn't they? Parried it out, and they got away with it.
Here comes Brackley, though. Connor Johnson, the man in his own corner flag, being hustled, leaves it for a throw-in. Good start from Kettering. Has to be said. Put Brackley under a lot of pressure so far.
It's a good pitch as well to play on, isn't it? You know, that does make a difference. Kettering do play well on good pitches, and I'm not taking anything away from
people like Powell and Sheriff to
exploit.
Play.
Yeah, Sheriff in particular is very, very skillful, and on some of the bogs that he's had to play on in the past, it doesn't really help his game. The same, as you say, with Powell, who's getting golf all over the place. Let's hope he can continue that vein today. To throw into Kettering right down the other side of the ground, longest part away from where we are. The number 11 wins that. That's Armisen.
It's Brackley coming forward. Few tackles going in, it's bobbling its way through. I'm not sure what happened there. It was just a melee of legs and feet. But here come Brackley trying to play some football again with the number 2. Plays it into the centre circle. It's missed though, and Powell is breaking away through the centre. He's got a lot of work to do if he's going to get anything from it though. Powell, step over, twist back onto his right foot, is fouled, wins that foul beautifully. From the number 5 it was Jordan Cullinane Liebird, as he twisted in and then drew the foul from him.
Perry having a little word there with him.
Well,
nothing.
Powell looks interested in this. It's where we would usually say Ben Milnes' territory, isn't it?
It is. But the angle we're at, Ed, I mean, it looks. You know, we are at a very strange angle for commentary, to be honest. But it is a good position.
Yeah, it's not too close. You hit this well, you can get it up and down, haven't you? You've got all the cliches will come out.
I was ready to start a few there, but I thought better not.
Ben Milnes has walked away from this, and it's McGrath and Powell who look interested. But Powell's the one who put the ball down, and is the last one to have touched it, which is usually the indicator. And knowing how well Powell can strike this, we could be in for a chance here, because he struck one from open play. Well out. It was ruled out against Alfreton. Yeah, Kennedy's offside. He's now moving back onside, hopefully looking for a knockdown, but he's still offside at the moment. Now he's on. Referee blows his whistle. There's a chance for Callum Powell to get something from this. In it comes. Looks low. Straight into the wall. Powell, left-footed shot. Drag. Perry's offside. It's a really good finish with his right foot. He is offside. He's trying to claim that he was on. We're right in line with it. Kettering have had the ball in the net then, but offside Kyle Perry. Good finish. Actually,
was a good finish, yeah. Beat the goalkeeper with ease and took his time, delivered it well, but to no avail. As Ed said, it was offside, but a much better start from Kettering. 9 minutes.
Not a fan of that free kick from Powell. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to keep it low. If the wall jump, he's going to try and go underneath it and try and be clever. Do you know what I mean? But no, he's got it all wrong. He's hit it into the shins of the wall. And unfortunate good header by McGrath, although it's gone back to the number 2, Ellis Miles, who's deep inside Kettering territory. Skillfully cut out by McGrath, who sort of backheels that to Colin. Offside was the Brackley player anyway. Wouldn't matter. Play on given. Oh, Oh, that's been given
Well,
against Kyle Perry.
Perry is on the floor,
Well, yeah,
having been elbowed.
Number 5, Jordan
and,
Cullinane Liebert, went in with arm raised. Looked like he went over the top of Perry. It's been given the opposite way. Perry's still down, holding the back of his head. I must admit, if that was either way, again we're biased, but
no, we are.
No, but I'm sorry.
That has to be a Kettering.
Yeah,
free
they
kick,
both
doesn't it?
jumped. It's not like Perry's staying on the ground and backed into him. He's jumped. He's gone for the ball, and the lad has beat him for the jump. In all fairness, but yeah, he's taken one on the back of the head there. Perry still feeling it. The Kettering bench all did the same gesture, all out towards the end of the touchline and arms aloft.
Well, it was a gas, wasn't it, really? But it's going to be a free kick with Lewis taking it. He's advanced up the pitch. Oh, he plays it. Whistle
what's
goes.
going
Be
on here?
retaken now.
Oh, okay.
No.
Here come Brackley.
Rather strange, wasn't it?
You didn't really need the whistle blow there, referee, but never mind. Back with the Brackley back line, and Sheriff is causing problems, and he's got there, and Powell picks it up on the halfway line. He's being hustled out to Perry. Perry's onside. He's playing as a right winger. He gets the ball caught under his feet, and yeah, that's
wrong player in the wrong position at that time, but another good move from Kettering. It's found.
There's a Brackley player
Burn.
down on the halfway line. He's
got up
getting
again
back
now,
to his
though.
feet now. Connor Johnson heads forward. Storer won't get there. It falls to Miles. Miles shovels it through. Well marshalled by McGrath. That's a good bit of play. And then Storer hits forward. Powell and Kennedy linking up to stop the number 11 getting anywhere. Plays it back to Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson. Yeah. Connor Johnson back to Adam Collin, who hits
Good old
long.
spoonerism, isn't
Yeah,
it?
headed backwards by Ben Milnes, and then Adam Collin won't thank McGrath for that. He's put another one bobbly back to Adam Collin. He does well though, brought by Perry, and Perry then turns that one round the corner to Sheriff, but that's going to be right on the edge of the box, nice and easy for the Brackley number 1. 11 and a half gone, 0-0. You're listening to Poppy's TV audio live, sponsored by Al Goods Brewery. I completely forgot what our name was there.
That'd been good, wouldn't it? But there we are.
I've only been doing it for nearly 10 years.
It's
But there we are.
Liebert going forward on the far side. He goes down, but Milnes wins that back. Intercepted by Brackley's number 4, Byrne. He plays it out wide. It's a good ball if Miles can keep this in. He has done on the byline. This is danger for Kettering. He slips, gets up again. Storage in front of him. It comes out, cleared by Fryatt. And there is Connor Kennedy heading it back the wrong way. It comes off the Kettering player. A bit of panic here as the number 10 there, Chambers, gets involved. Plays it back to Byrne. Still danger. There's a free kick right on the edge of the area. I think Brackley would have preferred to the advantage.
I can't really actually see how far away from the edge of the area it is here. It looks close.
It does. You can see the D there, just where
it does look. It looks like in a good area.
McGrath is. It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, Connor Kennedy's being spoken to by the referee. Went a little bit late into the Brackley player.
And the fans making themselves heard outside the ground.
First real foray into Kettering territory for Brackley that's ended in something positive. Anyway, a good ball across the box. So that left-hand side for Kettering, not quite working for Kettering, even though Storer has been placed out there as a backup. And there's a chance here. Well, there's not really much of a wall for Kettering, so I think it's further out than we thought. There's no wall at all. Callum Powell is the man there. In it comes, headed away by Perry. Is it away? No, not quite. There's a chance here for the number 6. Lofted back in again, headed away by Storer. Corner ball it is going to be for Brackley. Storer the last man to get his head on it. So another chance for Brackley as they brought on the pressure going forward.
Connor. What on earth are you listening to, Darren?
Well, it's more the fact that he calls Connor Kennedy Michael Richards half the time, which is the issue.
Well, they're all the same looking, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Corner for Brackley then. Right-footed, swinging inwards on the far side. Headed at the front post. Chance!
Good
well held by...
there.
Who plays in goal for us? Adam Collin.
Oh my God, we're all at it.
It's New Year.
It is.
We're
Good save there from Collin, right on the
really
line, point blank. He did well. That should have been 1-0, but it is Fryatt with the ball, getting it to Storer. So there's a late tackle there on, and the referee's doing nothing with it. Should have been a foul on.
That was a foul.
It was a foul, wasn't it, on Fryatt? He's not happy with that.
McGrath
even. He's not happy with that. How many have we had?
I don't know. This New Year, new me. Not on Poppy's TV.
No, we're still the same.
Same old incompetence.
Same old incompetence and ineptitude.
Chances Kettering get the ball forward. Sheriff will put some pressure on the back line. but there won't be too much on it. They play a cross goal, which is a coach's nightmare, but it's a good ball. It's number 3, Ethan Coleman.
It's a good ball from Coleman, isn't it?
Lino shout from Fryatt, not given, doesn't matter anyway. It's mopped up nicely by the Kettering back line. Connor Johnson doing little twists and turns on the edge of his own 6-yard box. Not a great kick from Adam Collin. It was a bit bobbly though, so we'll probably forgive him this one. He gets it away from goal nicely though. Kennedy brings the ball away and gets it to Perry. Perry to Powell. Powell's touch is heavy, caught late. That will be, I think, a booking.
Yep. Referee goes into his pocket.
Players are fuming. Connor Kennedy straight in there, and already the Cullinane Liebird and Connor Kennedy not making best of friends. He was late, the Brackley player, on Callum Powell, who's requiring some assistance. There's going to be a booking at least, and I don't really know how anyone can have any issues with that, but I think
it was late,
Kettering were asking the referee whether possibly it should be more. I don't think it should be. It's a booking. It's one of those.
Yeah, he goes into the book. The first,
is it the number 5 again,
yeah.
isn't it? Yeah.
He's been a bit...
Liebird has been booked.
So he goes in. That's the
15 minutes.
First of the afternoon. Of course, by this time we'd have probably had about 4 at Alfreton. There was
booked for everything at Alfreton, weren't they?
It is a free kick to Kettering anyway on the far side. Little way out, but
it's going to be McGrath taking it. It's too far out for a shot. What's going on here? The
referee's not happy.
Is there an argument having? No, the number 8's being called over by the referee.
Murabenzi.
Okay, I don't really know. He's being told to calm
it down.
Yeah, the good visual refereeing that from the referee. Hand movements, gestures. 2:30. But it's going to be. It's going to be.
I'll let you explain that.
Yeah, it's going to be McGrath taking this one, and it's going to be too far out for a shot. So it's going to be left-footed, swinging in towards the goalkeeper, and Kettering have got to beat the high line of Brackley, which is about 3 or 4 yards.
Perry's
outside.
now offside, isn't he?
Yeah, 3 or 4. Yeah, he'll drift back on though as the ball's kicked. It's about 3 or 4 yards away from the edge of the box, the Brackley back line at the moment. So left-footed, swinging in towards the keeper. Needs it in the corridor of uncertainty.
Oh, you've got one in.
I have, yes.
Yeah, that's
it's one of
the first
my
favourite cliches. Yeah,
that the corridor of uncertainty.
Yeah.
But that's
another grey area for you.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, here we go. It comes in.
Headed by Connor Johnson, back post Kennedy, plucked off his head by Danny Lewis, who they want it quickly to Miles. He goes across pitch, cut out by McGrath, who lumps that to Powell. Connor Johnson still there, lofts it over his head. That's too much for Sheriff, though. And Danny Lewis has another chance to go forward. They're playing quickly. Brackley Town, back out to Ellis Miles. And they play the ball low into the centre of the park. Kettering a little bit unhappy that that's got through to someone. There's a few Kettering legs that missed it. Now back with the number 6, Dean, the captain. Gareth Dean looking for an option. He's got all the time on the ball. Kettering have stopped their press at the moment, and although now they come forward, and Powell is putting some pressure on the 11. Back out to the back line. Perry, the man bearing down. Not a sight you want to see if you're a defender. Back to the goalkeeper, Danny Lewis. Lewis will probably go long, although he's got a short option, which he does use, in fact. Captain Gareth Dean again. Looking for options in the middle to Murrumbedzi. Murrumbedzi back to Dean. Slow build-up this from Brackley, but crucially keeping the ball, which is one thing you've got to do if you want to score in football. And they're playing nice little triangles in their own area. Now Kettering drop off again, and it looks to go long, but no, they'll cut back inside again to the number 11, Armson. Armson plays long this time. Powell, good jump, good header back to Adam Collin. In fact, that was Michael Richens rather than Callum Powell. Now, from a distance, those do look the same.
I'll take your word for it. 90 minutes gone on the clock here. It's still 0-0 as Adam Collin gets the ball out. Perry's the target man. It gets to Sheriff from Perry, and he's back to Connor Kennedy. Kennedy on the line, gets it to Sheriff. To Richens.
Powell.
And now here's Sheriff.
Deflection
corner.
Oh. Well, Sheriff twisting onto his left foot, something we don't see him do very often. Right-footed player to carry Sheriff, trying to lob that one into the far corner, off the head, I think, of Dean. And behind for Kettering corner, right in front of us again, Ben Milne to take it right-footed, swinging in towards the goalkeeper. Perry not like wearing the number 9 shirt. No, there is a reason why he's wearing the number 24 shirt.
Only size that fit him.
Yes. We're not taking the mick. He's admitted it himself. If you look on YouTube,
my interview with him.
The interview with Kyle Perry.
He'll tell you.
Yeah, the away shirts are slightly smaller than the home shirts, and the number 9 doesn't quite fit him. In again, that's poor from Ben Milne. ones he has on the top. Trying to put it on top of the goalkeeper, Danny Lewis, and just getting that one slightly wrong.
We're in good line with it. We're right by the corner flag, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, the first one, I thought he'd miss hit, but it looks like, judging by that one as well, they're trying to put it on top of Danny Lewis and see what can happen, because the first one, had Danny Lewis got it wrong, it was going straight in from the corner, but that one lands on the roof of the net. Still 0-0, just coming up to 20 minutes played. Kettering faring better today than they did against Alfreton.
Different game completely, isn't it? It's a more open game this afternoon,
more open,
and both sides having a fair amount of the ball to work
of course,
with.
Changed their shape today.
They have.
It definitely looks like a back 3/5. That's headed on. McGrath away. Murrumbidgee can't get there, so Sheriff brings it down on his his chest as shouts of D go up from about 3 or 4 players who want him to pass it to him. Storer then trying to play it across to Powell. Great ball to Powell, who misjudges it a little bit but gets there eventually. Still with Powell, he's got Richards on an overlap if he wants to use him. He doesn't yet. Burst into the area, ball in low. Oh, it's well cut out, and away come York with Armson. Armson to Byrne. Dangerous Byrne, offside is the Brackley man. No,
flag
stays
says
the
down.
Referee, and there's a lot of
Love.
space. Chance here for Brackley to go ahead. Great challenge that from the young Connor Johnson. Back early, well read. Brackley still have it though on the edge of the Kettering area on the left hand side. Now back to the left back who's come forward. Now it's with the number 8, Murrumbidgee. Murrumbidgee shoots. Oh, collected at the second attempt by Adam Collin.
Well, it's the first sighting really of the leading goal scorer Lee Unlove, wasn't it? And with Murrumbidgee in there as well, that long range shot. Kettering grouping together and making these attempts from Brackley, long distance at least, which is something that Colin can deal with. It is.
Yeah, of course, we've got the interesting setup of having a right footer at left back as well, which is
always
I know
handy.
A lot of people do not like that at all. But Gareth Storer playing left back today, right footed. Here he is now, twisting, turning, looking for an option. Lays it, nutmegs through to Connor Kennedy, who's going to try a long shot. No, he doesn't. He tries it back through to the. Oh, bearing down Gary Storer. Great challenge. Back out to Richards. Richards towards the back post, headed away by the number 3. And Kettering have had a chance here. Storer well denied by the back line of Brackley. But here comes Powell again on that right side, twisting again, looking to go backwards. Now he goes forwards again. Kennedy in through. Oh, sorry, that was Richards through to Kennedy. And Kennedy's touch too heavy.
Unlucky there for the Poppies. They were playing some good football and certainly show what they can do. And again, we've had a gem in Powell, haven't we? He certainly, and also Sheriff on today's showing of
tell you what,
really playing well.
Not very often Gary Storer finds himself 12 yards out from the centre of the goal.
Nosebleed time, wasn't he? He did very well actually, and was unlucky.
A lot of goals has he, Gary Storer?
None this
season.
His job.
No,
none this season.
No, his job has been to be provider or sitting back, and he does it very, very well. But that time he could have had a chance. I think it might have been Gareth Dean, the man who
Danny
eventually
Lewis
stopped him.
Gets us back underway from the goal kick. It's deep into the Kettering half, headed it out, and it's going to be Armson on the far side that collects the ball. He does, and he gets it back to Murrumbidgee. He plays it long towards Unlove, who's pushed in the back a little bit, and that goes out for stays in. Yeah, I thought that was going to go out.
Well, we're so far away from it.
We are. I can't really tell.
Is.
Intercepted by Milnes now. Come on, what can he do? He puts the ball through to Sheriff. Sheriff now is the only man forward. He's in the penalty area. There's nobody with him at the moment. Tries a shot. It goes in, and that's just by. It's a glove to it from Lewis, and that
was deflected by
was that. Again, the angle's strange, but that was creeping in the near post. Goalkeeper Lewis got down well and stopped it going in that near post for a corner.
It had crept in.
I thought it had crept in. It wasn't a powerful shot, but it was just enough to put Lewis into all sorts of panic stations.
Well, I'll tell you what, because of course Kerry Sheriff had that one about 5 minutes ago where he cut in on his left foot and tried to put it across goal. Of course, Danny Lewis's body weight would have been going to his right. Had that deflection been on target, I do think Danny Lewis has probably just have got there, but.
Well, this time there's only Perry in the 6-yard box. A different setup for Kettering.
Yeah,
everybody used to be in that 6-yard box, but nobody beside Perry in there.
McGrath,
it comes in.
Straight.
Easy to the keeper.
Easy. A long ball up top looking for Jashley Chambers. I presume that's his name and not a typo.
I thought Jashley.
The J's nowhere near the A on the keyboard, but ball in by McGrath. Headed up and away by the number 6, should be cleared by Murrumbidgee. In fact, he brings it down and goes forward. And the Brackley bench bringing out the old booking hand gestures there. I thought that had been banned personally.
Yes, I think you're right there, and it's Murrumbidgee who's gone down. He's making a little meal of this one, but he was the one, of course, that has been booked. No, sorry, he's not. It's Colleen Liberd that's been booked, hasn't it? But
Murrumbidgee, the man fouled by Mike McGrath. Oh, was it Mike McGrath, or has he just been spoken to?
He's been spoken to as captain, could be, but it was only
although he was there anyway.
A little late, but nothing major, was it? It's not
I think it's one of those again, like the Richens' potential second yellow at Alfreton. The fact that he was away and he was starting an attack, but who's being called over now? The number 6, Gareth Dean, the captain, being spoken to, along with the already booked Cullinane Liebird.
Well,
I wonder
Wilkins out there on the
Liebird has said something to the referee that he's taken a bit of offence to, and said, "Look, I'm going to call your captain over. Do it again. You won't see half time."
Well, Wilkins has been very animated over there on his.
Not happy,
he's not happy at all, and.
In all fairness, it must be a bit of stress here, because Brackley, who have done very well recently, really haven't had a look in at Kettering. There was one good save from Adam Collin, which
on the line,
was very close, held it. But apart from that, Kettering have caused all sorts of
Kettering have had the ball in the net, haven't they? I know it's offside, but it was, it was blatantly offside.
Yeah.
Don't rock that; it'll fall off. Lewis gets us back underway. It goes
it's
into
Ashley
quarterback.
Chambers, says one of our listeners. Thank you.
Right.
It's just a. They put it down as Jashley, and I didn't know.
I thought it might be Jasper. Jasper.
There's so many strange names about that. I genuinely didn't know whether it was Jasper, and it's not Jasper, Jashley. Stop it! I'm going to change that on our screen. So there's
going to be a free kick anyway to Kettering in the Kettering's half. It's Colin to go over to take it. A little melee going on. Quite noisy out there. Of course, with no fans in, we can hear all the action at ground level, something we're not usually used to, apart from this season, of course, where it's the normal. Had those 3 games at home where we had fans in, and that might be it for the season the way it's going. But Colin gets this back underway. It's going to go straight to Perry, but it's gone out, so that'll be a throw-in. It didn't actually reach play. Perry looks a bit frustrated at Adam Collin as the ball is in front of the Brackley
last couple of
bench.
games, Adam Collins kicking, it's usually fine, and last couple of games it's been fine, but there's been a couple in the last game that were just a little bit off, as Connor Johnson again puts a boot in the way. Perry, there's no foul either way. Be quiet.
Well, Milnes gets us back. It's Sheriff against Dean. Dean winning this one. Turns Sheriff, then pushes him down. He falls down, and
what's going
on? And now there's
you can probably hear that over the mic. The entirety of both benches and teams feeling they should have had a foul somewhere in there. I saw no fouls either way.
Well, it's a throw-in anyway, isn't it?
It's a throw-in, but both, about 22 players and all of the management staff started shouting at the referee as soon as it went out of play. Very, very strange. But
well, referee Tom Kirk handling this quite well at the moment. To be fair,
not
it's
too bad, is he?
Yeah.
But there's a chance for a long throw-in. Kennedy is the man over it. It's about 5 yards outside the box, if you think about it, on the touchline on the far side, right-hand side, in front of the dugout. It's a bit loopy, this one. Has been flicked forward by McGrath, but easily into the hands by Danny.
Well
Lewis.
done, Paul, and I hope you're enjoying the shed. Well,
we are,
yeah,
actually.
It's all right, actually. Ball's just gone over it as we
Yeah,
speak.
it's going over the shed.
Yeah.
I was there, ready to knock it
Could
back
call it
into
the shed
play.
end, I suppose.
Could call it the shed end,
Oh.
yeah. As throw-in is going to be taken by Ethan Coleman. Yeah, that looked a bit of a foul throw, and Carl Perry telling the referee so. Nothing.
Foul throws seem to be misjudged these days, don't they? Don't give them
Unless
push
you're
there on
Hector
Storer.
Bellerin and for Arsenal.
Oh, well done by Storer.
Oh,
lovely work.
Quick feet by Gary Storer. He's been fouled all the way up there, but nothing given by the referee. Gets it back to Milnes. Milnes has to go to Connor Johnson. He's a bit wider there than he'd have liked, Connor Johnson. Nice feet from him, though. Apart from the second time he's won the ball. There's nothing there. He's won the ball. What on earth are you trying to claim there? McGrath puts it forward. Easy head away, but it's only headed straight to Richens. Richens now looking for a chance. Cuts it onto his left foot. Still going, Michael Richens. Left-footed shot. Bobbly, twisty.
And
awful.
wide.
Yeah. It's his weaker foot anyway. It was bobbling about.
As we were saying, there's only one player in the squad who's not played this season in double figures, or treble figures in this case. The next is Richens on 9 goals. And
we appear to be having some kind of precipitation from the sky.
Are we?
Yeah, whether it's rain or whether there's a...
I thought you were so enthusiastic with your commentary, Adam. It was
careful
Welsh. But it's going to be a goal kick, and it is Lewis with it. He plays it long into the Kettering area, headed on by Connor Johnson. But Brackley get the ball back. He's back with Lewis, though. And precipitation or not, it's not heavy, so we haven't got to move our kit inside yet, which is a blessing.
We do have the luxury
to do that.
Thanks
to do
to the
that.
shed.
The shed, yes, marvellous shed.
Fantastic work.
Yes, rather like the one in my garden without the turnstile, to be honest. But there we are.
Do you often admit people into your garden for a paying fee?
Well, there has been known.
Kettering holds the ball up, tried to get Ben Mills going. Good
tackle.
Strong challenge for that from Murren Bedsy.
Well, Mills is down, isn't he, on the halfway line?
He's felt that one. There's nothing wrong with
that. I
that.
do feel if that had been a Brackley one, they'd have been
old-fashioned
up and about
challenge.
it. But,
really good challenge. That gets the ball, takes the man as well, but fairly. Storr had been told to leave this throw in for McGrath. Shirt number might be superstition. Well, that's a nice way of putting it, but we...
no,
no.
It's the only one that would fit.
Yeah, it's the only one that fits. Here he is, Perry.
Missed
the flick on, though. Miles felt like he was fouled. He wasn't. Connor Johnson in a battle with Nlovu. Back to Colin, who has to judge this one. It's a
terrible
very bobbly
kick
to McGrath. He meant it. It's fine.
Oh, right.
Get the ball. It's Callum Powell in the centre of the park. 4 players round him, and he loses that one. Away come Brackley again. It's a good ball forward, and it's a misjudged bounce by Chambers. Chambers, though, on the left-hand side of Kettering's defence, falls out to the number 11 who shoots. Oh, I don't know if he did shoot, but it's awful if it did. It spooned.
It's our short and angle there. It was a shot, wasn't it? But it was a ricochet, and it is Fryatt who gets McGrath gets the ball away.
I haven't seen a lot of Fryatt, actually.
No.
Oh, that is a strong challenge. But again, both going for it, 50-50.
Wes York, other side of Loughborough. It is on the wide side. Back to the number 11, Armisen.
Plays
Plays
off.
it.
Yeah, it's a bit
a
heavy.
bit long there, wasn't it?
Kettering will have a chance to get some shape back, although it's come back onto the right-hand side of Miles. Miles back to Coleman. Coleman now looking for an option. There's no one challenging him. I think Kettering will be a little bit unhappy with that. And that clearance has gone towards Storer, and then Storer helps it up and away. Full back to Coleman, though. Heads it into the middle. Good header from him. And now there's a chance for Brackley to get something out on this right side with Coleman again, who stayed forward. Clipped forward by the number 4, Byrne, and unceremoniously away by Connor Johnson, but he's found Kyle Perry, who's trying to have a race with Murren Bedsy. Bedsy surprisingly wins that one, but a quick throw in by Kyle Perry. Straight to Carey Sheriff. Missed touch from him, though. It allows the number 6, Gareth Dean, to play back to the goalkeeper. And out left to number 7.
Having seen you play, Darren, I do think your playing days are over. Pezza has got some ability, but only joking.
Yeah. Oh, here come Brackley, though. Well cut out by Kennedy. Milnes won't get there. No foul, says the referee. Oh, McGrath being clever again. Or, well, he thinks he's being clever, tries to be clever. And that's what earned him a telling off for his teammates in the last few minutes at Alfreton, trying to be a bit too clever in his own area. This time he gets away with it, and Milnes trying to clip that one down the line.
Yeah, they do some suicidal things, Kettering, at times, don't they? And that was almost one of them again. Rather than just get rid of it, they're trying to play it too cool.
Is fuming.
I don't blame him. And Pezza wasn't he,
he's screaming at
Alfreton.
Well, actually, his anger is directed towards Powell and Kyle Perry. I think he wasn't happy with the quick throw-in taken by Perry, because that doesn't seem to be the way that Kettering play.
No.
Remember when Milnes did it on against Alfreton, and Perry had to go at him for that, saying just slow the play down.
Richards down on the far side, getting the ball to Powell's beaten to it. It goes out for a Kettering throw. That's Miles out. That's gone and hit a squirrel over that period. Look, he's gone flying, that squirrel.
Yes.
Look at that tail.
That squirrel trying to protect his nuts.
Oh, yes, roasted. And there we are. Yes, more banter for you, of course. We are available for any bar mitzvahs.
Yeah, and any corporate gig, please hit us up. We'll provide you with some... Well, we were called Morecambe and Wise the other day. I'm not too sure whether that's because we're funny or whether we both act like we're dead. But Kennedy heads up into the air. That's cleared away by Brackley. Oh, Ben Milnes has been caught late there.
Nothing given there, though, again.
Yeah,
you know.
I think the referee's seeing this as a derby and is allowing the game to flow, but I think it's time the game stopped flowing a little bit. McGrath tries to put it into Powell. Powell does bring it down on his thigh, though. Still going, Callum Powell. He's gone past Ellis Miles, puts a ball in through the legs to Carey Sheriff. Twists, turns, trying to get a ball in. Not gone yet. Sheriff looking for an option. Powell now on this byline right in front of us. We've got a really good angle at this. Powell trying to get something, puts it in low. It's into the
Unlucky
side
goalkeeper
netting.
dives, but there was no need for him to do that. He was just checking to make sure the ball was going to go wide. But yeah, it was a good angle from us right in front of where we're commentating from.
Yeah, the problem is, if this continues into the second half, we're going to be right at the wrong end for it all.
Oh, sorry, I thought you meant the rain. We might have to move indoors, or the kit indoors anyway. And
Yeah, well, it's a goal kick for Brackley. Have to be said, had you come into this game looking at the league table and such, you wouldn't be able to tell me which team was where. Kettering have been playing very well, actually. They're looking a little bit shaky when Brackley break with pace. They've dealt well with it so far, but Brackley are showing some
they have
quality.
They have ability up front. You can see that in the movement off the ball, and they are going to be a threat. They are in 8th position. They've on a good run of form. There's a foul there, so it stops play to Brackley. Yeah, Kettering, probably not in the position they ought to be in, but certainly given everything that they can, and they're doing well. And don't forget we're playing the mighty Brackley, because Brackley are going to have to adapt their style to play against Kettering.
They
of course.
are. They have to. They've got to drop their standards.
Drop their standards, and
yeah.
drop their standards and adapt to our level of play, allegedly. So you wouldn't think of it on this.
No, there we are. But
we remember everything.
We do, yeah. Much like the mighty Hereford.
Oh, don't bring them up.
Yeah.
But it is Brackley in challenge there. Milnes goes down, intercepted by Powell. Powell now, he's got Sheriff with him. He's got McGrath on his right hand side. He tries the ball, it comes off. That's going to go for a corner.
Good work from Powell. Milnes really well, actually.
Yeah.
He's playing the Richens role today, isn't he? Where he's sitting there, marshalling, just basically trying to intercept anything that comes near him. He's done that multiple times today, and Powell again.
Ben Milnes walking over to collect the ball. Let's hope we can deliver one a little better than the last one. That
36 minutes, so 9 minutes till half time. There'll probably be a couple of minutes added on as well. There's been a few stoppages. As he places the ball into the corner quadrant, or as usual football, just outside the corner quadrant, but there's a bit of it on the line.
Yeah,
so
that's
it
rare.
counts.
I mean, it comes in,
Ball
that's a better one.
It's not bad. Oh, headed
Headed
away
up,
at
nobody at
the
the back post. I don't think it's cleared. Connor Johnson's there, but the number 3 gets it away, Coleman. That's trying to reach the number 10, but it doesn't. And that goes out for a Kettering throw-in halfway in the...
Kettering are doing well at keeping the pressure on. There's too many times that we've seen a Kettering side have a good spell of pressure and then sit back and just not want to get involved in anything in case they get broken on. But actually, every time the ball has gone into the area, it's come straight back again. And Kettering have got a chance to put this one in. It's going to be Connor Kennedy again. The last one's a bit loopy. It did meet a Kettering head, but you can't generate
loopy,
the power.
sorry, I missed.
Yeah, you can't. That one's loopy
that's
again
even loopier,
as well.
isn't it?
Flicked on.
And easily cleared there by Chambers, trying to find Armisen, which it does.
Yeah. It's where we miss Reece Sharp, isn't it? Who's still injured, unfortunately. His throw-ins are more flat, aren't they?
Yeah, and also with him at left back as well gives us a different dimension. But let's hope that Reece Sharp
got a recognised left back in the squad today. You could make a case for McGrath, although he has certainly been starting to be played as a centre half, and that's where he's playing today.
Well, Miles has the ball on the right hand side in Kettering's half, plays it to he's got the ball back, and he plays it square. There might be a chance here for Byrne. He doesn't try a long ranger, which is useful. It's Chambers on the far side, comes inside, might try a shot himself. He beats one, beats two. Still Chambers, interception shot might come in. It does now, no, and Kettering get away with it. Ball's pressed out wide. It's Coleman with it. He's got Sheriff in front of him. Still Coleman. Plays it through. It's in the penalty area now. Coleman advancing, putting it through the Chambers to Coleman. And that goes out for a corner to Brackley on the 38th minute. And a rare adventure into the Kettering half for the home side.
Kettering have got to make sure that these rare ventures
are rare,
and nothing comes of them as well.
Unlove is down, just holding his back, getting
back.
The physio is going to come on.
Sports therapist
stroke physio is coming on. Oh yeah,
strength and conditioning coach.
Marvellous, isn't it?
Lots of people behind the scenes these days at football clubs.
Well, we've got 2 more now, haven't we? Helping out with fitness.
A few additions to the backroom staff. We'll try and speak to them at some point. Hopefully, when we get a home game. Of course, no one escapes the Poppy's TV interview.
Well, there's a few that have.
Well, yeah, we've had Carey on yet.
No, he's not been on.
No, that's
he runs off quite quickly though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he is. We can't catch him.
Can't catch him. He doesn't get on there. And
Adam Collin, have we had?
I did him
Yes.
earlier in the season.
did you do?
Marvellous, yes. Yeah, I interviewed him at the beginning of the
Fright
Frights.
we've had.
Not had Fright
No?
on. No, not had Fright.
McGrath?
McGrath, I think
He
she's
must
been
have
on.
been.
She's been on Fright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Connor
yeah.
Kennedy is rather reluctant, apparently.
he's tricky.
very
isn't he?
nervous in front of the
Yeah.
microphone and
Well,
camera.
of course, we do have medicaments to help, don't we? But,
Well, we do have that. Of course, Perry's been on. He's a jovial lad, and
and Lovely's still down at the moment.
he is, yeah, and he's coming off
Substitute.
substitution. So that might be Mitford going on next. Kettering then
yeah,
going on.
so
So that's a
Kettering-
blow for the home side.
Yeah,
It was
you've,
an innocuous challenge or fall, or I'm not sure
Yeah,
what
I
happened.
don't
There was
know.
no contact, but Leon Love,
yeah,
who's
but,
been in fine form for the Saints recently, looks like that he's coming off.
You have to say you never like to see a player injured, but Kettering will be relatively happy, I think, to see and Love who go off. Not that he's not got quite going yet, but
And it is
it
indeed
is, but it's,
Mitford
but
who's
yeah, the
coming
problem
on.
is his replacement is Trey Mitford, the ex-Kettering man, who is sporting a new hairstyle. I have to
Yeah,
say.
did the old
It's,
fist pump with him as he walked around the ground at the beginning of the
yeah,
game?
I'm not sure about his hairstyle, I have to say.
No, it's
very strange,
very
isn't it?
strange, isn't it? And looks like he might be on Strictly in the future for the job,
it's,
isn't it?
But
You know?
there we are. He'll probably go and score past us now.
Well, he did score 2 for Kettering against Brackley in the Northampton Senior Cup semi-final, the one that was abandoned last season, of course. But Mitford now coming on to face his former colleagues, although there's not too many of those players left in the side.
Kennedy,
Storer,
Richards.
Mills, maybe McGrath, was he there?
Kennedy, Richards.
There's a lot of them that were
There's a
there.
few. Ben Stevens, I think, was there at some point as well, wasn't he? Jay Williams when he was on loan.
They're all there.
They're
So
all there, yeah.
he should know them all.
Quite a lot of players.
Oh,
Anyway,
dear.
this is a lengthy stoppage. Still,
Yeah,
still there.
he
We've
doesn't
got,
look good,
no,
does he?
We've got
And,
4 minutes. 4 minutes to be added. Well, until half time, I should say. There'll probably be another 3 or 4 added on, I'd imagine. But on comes the dangerous Trey Mitford.
Yeah, he's been on good goal-scoring form as well for the Saints. The Unlove Mitford partnership harnessed a few goals for the side, and no doubt he'd like to score one against his former side. But it is a low corner. It goes back to the corner take-up. Which is Byrne. He puts it in. It comes off. I'm not sure who that is.
Milnes,
It
yeah.
goes from the corner again.
Brackley will
So
have a chance to put in a better corner than that
Yeah.
because that wasn't what the corner taker meant. He
No.
got away with it, really.
So the precipitation coming down a little bit heavier, Ed. We may have to move the kit in the shed at half-time to save it from being ruined by the rain. We are out in the open, which is quite rare, actually, but we've got to thank Brackley for the shed that we're in. We do have power, which is very good of them. Corner comes in again from Byrne.
Better, isn't it?
It's a better corner. Straight
Oh,
to
well
Colin, though.
held.
Well caught, and he thought about an early throw, but decides not to, as only
Richards
Powell.
was screaming, relax, Adam, relax. But
And,
now he bowls out to Kennedy on that right-hand side where we've seen him quite a few times this season. Got a goal against Kidderminster from this right-hand side as well. Kennedy still going, cuts inside now, plays a reverse ball through to Powell. No one's with him though, he gets a corner. It's lucky he got a corner because
He
no one was
that
in
was
the
going
area.
nowhere, wasn't it? And really getting the corner out of that was a Brucey bonus for the Poppies, and
Because that could have just easily gone through and cleared. And,
and that'd have been end of. But
yeah.
43 minutes of this first half gone here at St James's Park. You're listening to Poppies TV Audio, sponsored by Elgoodsbury, your local brewer. If you can help them during this COVID, that would be fantastic.
Well, it has to be said, the corners so far have been less than ideal, although the last one from Ben Milnes wasn't bad.
Yep.
It was nicked off the head of a Kettering man, but the last one from McGrath went straight into the hands of the goalkeeper. Let's hope that this one doesn't have the same outcome, although he is wearing red boots, which is always a bad sign. And
Well,
it comes
in
that's
here.
good.
And,
Good header away by the number 5. Headed back in by Milnes. Shot by Powell. Really good shot, and there could be a break opportunity for Brackley here. Across comes Gastorer. Really done. He's kept it in play as well. DeCarry Sheriff is going to put some pressure on. Excellent.
Coleman,
I love that
yeah.
shout from the goalkeeper. Time as quick as you can.
Yeah.
Well, which one is it then?
It's one or the other, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't panic.
Yeah.
But Coleman gets the ball away and it plays long. There is it's a
Oh,
poor
McGrath.
ball there. While McGrath's made a mistake. In comes
Good
Mitford.
challenge by him though. Really good recovery, but Mitford keeps the ball out to the left-hand side.
This is Chambers, isn't it?
Here's the 4, Shane Byrne. Shane Byrne twists out to his left, goes backwards. There's a board up,
3
or
minutes.
nearly up on the far side. We'll wait to see what that says. Still a bit of time before that gets distributed, but we can see it says 3. Still not at half-time just yet, though. Still about another minute to go until we hit 45. Kettering forcing Brackley as far back as they can, but only as far as the halfway line, and Kettering have left their man in the centre there, and there's a chance on this right-hand side. It's overhit to Miles. He will keep it in. It's right by the corner flag. Storer Company goes down the byline and puts it off Storer for a corner for Brackley. So late pressure by the home side.
Unlove walking very slowly down the back of the ground here. Obviously a serious
he's got two
injury.
Substitutes with him as well, hasn't he, to help
falls
him.
over.
Well, he's not moving well.
He's not moving well. Nope.
Almost looks like you jar your back, or
it does. Could be a lower spinal injury
or something. Yeah.
If that is painful, if that's happened to him,
he's not walking well at all, and he's holding that back all the way. That could be.
Well, it's Shane Byrne with this corner just before half time, and pressure for the Pop is mounting as it comes in. Colin is there and collects it easily. Good work there from the Kettering keeper. Again, wants to get the ball dispatched quickly, but again told to calm down, which he does.
Not this close to half time.
Yeah, we don't want to give the ball away, and again he was going to bowl it out and couldn't. A contingent of Brackley fans who are behind there, about 7 or 8 of them.
Announced.
Absolutely marvellous.
So
Leamington 0, Gloucester City 1.
Yeah, Gloucester carrying on their fine form in the league.
Well, they lost here 3-2, didn't they, the other day?
So it to Richins, who can't quite stab it through to Sheriff, although they're both in attack on the right back for Brackley, and it's a corner as the linesman drops his flag. Well,
I think the linesman was in disbelief that he got a corner out of it.
Well, there was hunting in packs, wasn't it? Sheriff and Richins, one either side of him. If he'd have turned one way, he was going straight into a Kettering man.
He was.
It's a good chance, this.
Well, it's a good viewing vantage point here as Unlove is being shepherded off very, very slowly in front of us here.
When we said that the last time he was just by the goal, he's now only just made it to the corner flag in front of us. So I do hope he's okay. He looks in a lot of pain, to be honest. But there's a chance here for Kettering to get a goal before half-time. See where this goes. Everyone walking off the pitch stops and has a look. Looks very low. It's headed away back to McGrath, who brings it down on his chest. And now ball in low at the front post. Oh, chance! Oh, blocked on the line and cleared away.
Price of handball there from the Kettering, but it wasn't.
Back in by Richins, headed away easily, and Brackley could counter here. Although Connor Johnson stayed up and he's causing some issues. Yeah, he just slipped and brought the Brackley man down.
There's a very good chance for Kettering there. It was a melee in the 6-yard box and a blocked shot. And Brackley got away with it as we're into the 47th minute of this first half. Still 0-0 here.
About a minute to go until the added time is off. That's a long ball down the line. Well brought down by Miles, though. Kettering don't want to be conceding here. They'll have gone from falling asleep at the beginning of the half to falling asleep at the end of the half if this goes in here. Here come Brackley, nice little pass and move tactics, almost a training game where you pass and move, although that's cut out by Fryer, who tries a speculative ball forward, cut out by the number 6, Powell. I thought was in a better position there, but wasn't quite there. Here comes Brackley again forward. Mitford's offside. He was going to get there, and he would have been bearing down on Adam Collins' goal. However, stopped by the flag of the linesman.
Goal flash here. FC Filed 1, Chowley 0.
We've got about 30 seconds left. I'd imagine about 15 of this will come from Adam Collin placing the ball down for the free kick, and then another 15 for him to take it, which means this free kick.
Unlove has still not reached the dugout yet, or reached the
tunnel.
Changing room.
It is in the corner, which makes me think, if he's going all the way down there, why didn't he just walk the other way round? It's
COVID rules.
Well, yeah, Perry can't flick that one on, cleared away. That should be half time.
And it is.
Referee blows his whistle. Well, I've got to be honest, if you're a Kettering fan, it's been really rather a good first half of football. Adam Collin pulled off a really good save early on the goal line, which he held as well. If he'd have parried that, it was a clear goal for Brackley. Apart from that, it's been all Kettering. Sheriff has had a deflected shot go just wide. There's been a few shots blocked. There's been some melees in the penalty area of deflections. There's been corners for Kettering. And, certainly where we've been stood, it's been a very, very exciting first half. It is 0-0, though, here at St James's Park. We're going to break for about 10 minutes whilst we catch our breath back and try and huddle for some warmth in the shed.
Move the kit, do you think?
No, it would be fine. But it is here, half-time at St James's Park. It's Brackley Town 0, Kettering Town 0. Well, welcome back to St James's Park. It's Brackley 0, Kettering Town 0. Kettering, the first team out. Again, blue and white. They're going to be defending the end that we are at this half, definitely this time. But considering if it follows the grain of the first half, a lot of the action will be at the wrong end of the pitch for us. But let's hope it is in a way, because obviously that means that Kettering are doing well and
do the telescope, couldn't
forward. But it does mean that we are going to struggle to see a little bit of it, but it's not a problem at all. We will do our best for you.
Well, it's Kettering that are out, and Brackley's still in the changing room there, and let's hope their diving antics don't continue in this second half. But Tree Mitford, of course, on to play against his old side. He came on 4 minutes into the first half, replacing Lee Unlove. And Alistair Worby, of course, is a reserve goalkeeper. He had a spell with Kettering a few seasons ago. He's back down in the side.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both of you, just looking at the team sheet there, referee all the way from Manchester today.
And then the assistants
from
Birmingham.
From Birmingham, so an international flavour for the management.
Well, yes.
Yeah, Tom Kirk, he's had his hands full in the first half, has to be said. He's let a lot go, he's let the game flow. Sometimes you think he probably shouldn't have done, but
here come Brackley Town onto the pitch.
Start, but here come Brackley going to the other end of the pitch by the Brackley Town stand, as it is. Well, it's a terrace, sorry, apologies, but the one emblazoned with Brackley Town FC on the top of it.
So the half-time score: Chester 1, SC Telford 0. Not many cards. Not many games being played today. Quite a few postponed. Kidderminster 1, Hereford 0.
Everyone has got goals in their game as well, apart from ours.
Oh, well.
I think. So still 0-0. Kettering will take that, actually, if it finishes this way. There's still 45 minutes of football left to be played, but Kettering will take that if it stays that way.
Well, no changes for Kettering at half-time. It's as you were. Because we got Callum Bailey-Nichols, the new signing from Gloucester. He's on the subs bench. Will he make his debut today? And we'll have to wait and see on that one. Other subs are Sam Jones, Ben Stevens, Jay Williams and Ashanti Price. Jevon Anderson injured. That's why we have Connor Johnson, who's had a very good first half, playing at number 3. And the captain is Michael McGrath. So Kettering about to start off here, going from left to right. It's Ben Milnes in the centre. The referee's whistle goes. Nothing now. He said, hold on, hold on. A little bit of a stop-start there. Whistle goes again. Ben Milnes plays it back to McGrath. He sends it long. And Milnes trying to get the ball again. He can't. Conor Kennedy can. And he goes straight to a Brackley defender. Long ball comes down for Mitford, but Mitford won't be able to keep that in, and that goes out with Ryan Fryatt taking the roll-on ball off the little pedestal in front of us. As the Brackley
need to be sanitised in front of us.
Yes, balls need to be sanitised.
Yes,
I've always said that.
Yes.
Yeah,
out in front of us.
Oh, marvellous! But it is
sanitising the balls.
It is Fryatt finds Richens, but it goes straight to Chambers. Huffed back into the Brackley half.
It's not gone yet.
Everyone's gone
for a throw in, and
not gone yet. Yeah, it has
now.
Though.
Well, Kettering have done better in the second half than they did against Alfreton. They were a goal down at Alfreton by this time in the second half.
Alistair Worby just going by there. A quick
nice
hello with him.
Yeah, nice to see Alistair still out and about football-wise. Headed on by a Brackley man, and then they'll come forward again. I don't expect the Brackley management will accept a performance like the first half from them, so we could see a more intense Brackley performance in the second 45. Kettering will have to deal with that, and here come Brackley again. A quick attack on the far side. Milnes comes back, and it's still with Brackley in the centre of the park. Ball through, cut out by Connor Johnson, only as far as the number 7, Wes York.
Little left of Leicestershire.
Thank you. Still going, York. Now out to Trey Mitford. Mitford in the centre, wants the return ball, he may get it. No, there's going to be a shot. He gets there, he's offside. He was anyway. It's a good block by McGrath, but he is offside.
A scuffed shot. Colin not happy at all with the Kettering defending, and a lot of shouting going on. But it's going to be a free kick to Kettering. You say Mitford was offside, but early chance there for the youngster. Of course, we know what he can do. He scored a few goals for the...
happy with the referees. Not very often you see Gary Storer animated with an official, is it? He's very not quiet, but he gets on with it, if you know what I mean.
It's noticeable when he does.
He's not happy with something, which usually suggests that there is something amiss. Because, like you say, he just sort of gets on with the game.
Well, Colin gets us back underway. It's deep into the Brackley half, headed on though, only towards Richards. He gets it back towards Perry, flicks on. Chance here for Powell, threads through Storer. Storer onside. Mike Commissar tries a shot. He's still thinking about it, plays it through, but cleared. And probably a wrong decision there, as ball is back with Colin from Michael McGrath. And Colin,
Adam Collin will not be thanking McGrath after the last two games. Some of the balls he's put back to him have been bobbly.
Back for Fryatt now. Fryatt being challenged by Mitford. There's a foul there on Mitford by Fryatt, and you'd have thought that he'd been shot by a sniper from that tower over there. But it was a foul.
Fryatt swung a boot at the ball. Mitford's gone there first.
Goes into the book.
Connected into the midriff of Mitford. So Fryatt is trying to say something to the referee, but it's not nothing else in the book. And Ryan Fryatt, the first Kettering player to be booked. Of course, Jordan Cullinane-Labird was the first casualty of the referee's notebook in the first half for Brackley. Chance for Brackley though, it's going to be right-footed. Shane Byrne on it. It's 20 yards away, well maybe about 15 yards away from the edge of the penalty area on the left-hand side, so it's right-footed, swinging into that corridor of uncertainty.
Another grey area for you. But yes,
it's a very interesting setup from Brackley. I reckon this is going to go towards the front post, and there's going to be players running onto it.
Well, there's Mitford coming in that position. It comes in towards the back post. Out comes Colin, punches the ball out. A good punch. Storer, is he going to get there first? He is. Under challenge there by Wes York. But it is a Brackley throw out of all that. So Brackley maintaining the pressure.
Storer is really animated today as it's been given to Brackley. He clearly thought that was a Kettering one. In fact, he'd gone to retrieve the ball. I don't know what's got up Storer's back, but he's not happy at all. Here come Brackley again on this left-hand side. Mitford not happy with the pass he received. He got there anyway. That ball is in. Oh, and Adam Collin.
Well, he's furious again with Fryatt and McGrath.
He didn't expect that ball to get across to where it did. Thankfully, on the far side,
whipped in too quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, Ashley Chambers wasn't there quick enough, and Colin was allowed to see that ball go wide, but he nearly had a bit of egg on his face if Chambers had got there, because Collins had let that one go far wide a long time before it had actually gone far wide.
Brackley then with the early chances and direction in his first half. A poor kick though from Colin. It's flicked on to Storer, and Lewis will come out to stop the advancing Sheriff from getting the ball. He tells LeBird to move over, but he bolts at the other side. Long ball now. It's going to be a long ball all afternoon, I think, for them, but that goes straight out of play and will be they are pumping the ball forward, aren't they, for a chase?
Again, I actually wonder whether they were looking at the Alfreton game. That worked so well for Alfreton, didn't it? They played that high long ball towards that left side of Kettering's defence, and every time it worked. So
they had Elliot Reeves there, didn't they, who tormented
I wonder whether Brackley have seen that and thought we'll do that again. Of course, Kettering is setting up differently with a back 3/5, and the left back is McGrath as the left sided centre half and Storer as the wing back.
Well, McGrath gets
Jovan Anderson not included today. He is injured as that ball has gone forward, and it should be Adam Collins. He has to come out of his area though and puts that one right into a tree over in the far side. And Reece Sharp still carrying a knock, which is excluding him, from participating in matches for the time being. We'll try and get a word with Paul Cox or someone after the game, see if we can get an update on how he's faring and when we can expect him back into the team. Here come Brackley again. Richards, the man who's lost out for pace, but he's putting some real issues for the number 7. That is a blocked cross. It's going to stay in play as well, you know. It's the number 8, Murren Bedsey, who has to go backwards now. Now he turns. Powell is on him all the way now, lays it back out to the booked Labird, Cullinane-Labird, to give him his proper name, I should say. Back with the captain, number 6, Gareth Dean. Long ball forward, headed away by Connor Johnson, looking for Sheriff, and he finds Sheriff. Good ahead of that from the youngster. And Sheriff gets past the number 3 and is gone. Still going. Kettering trying to claim for a foul. He's getting hands on the Brackley man. Sheriff has been forced to go backwards to Storer. Storer twisting, turning, gets it back to Milnes. Milnes left-footed, swings the ball into the area. Should easily be for keeper Danny Lewis, which it is.
Yeah, it's a shame that it was
bowled
good.
out quickly, and here come Brackley again. This is basketball now. It's one end to the other very quickly. It's with that dangerous number 7, Wes York. Now back with the booked number 5, headed away by Fryatt. Kennedy, I think the ball was going to bounce a bit more than it did. He brings it down though, although he's in a bit of trouble back here. Clips it down the line. It stayed in play. Powell being held off by Murrumbedzi. Still holding hands there.
That would be a foul, wouldn't it? There's a foul being given. And it goes against Kettering, a foul by Milnes.
Yeah, the dulcet tones of John Ramshaw across the pitch, unmistakable.
Well, they are unmistakable, aren't they?
Disagreed with that decision. Murrumbedzi unhappy with the way that Conor Kennedy went into that
few words there,
foul,
aren't
but
they?
it doesn't matter. He was fouled first anyway. But yeah, he was unhappy with the way Conor went in for that challenge. Nothing really wrong with it, but it wouldn't have mattered. Kettering have already had the free kick given their way.
Well, Colin eyeing this up. It's 3/4 of the way in Kettering's half.
Perry is
Target
cutting
man.
the figure there. And it's looking towards him as well, you know. Not a bad direction. Loses out in the header though, Carl Perry that time. And yet again, away come Brackley.
With Chambers with it, puts it out wide to the number 7, who's done really well there, where's York, and he's away down here. He's got Richards in front of him, but it's still puts the ball cut out by Milnes, but there's Murrumbedzi with it. Plays it out wide. Should be cut out, will it? No, it won't. It's found Miles on the other side. He puts the ball forward. And McGrath dangerously gives it to Milnes. Milnes having to play the ball. He goes down, foul. And
he's won it. He's absolutely left the referee out of
Chambers
pocket.
there hoofs the ball away in disgust.
The referee has bought everything of what Ben Milnes is selling there.
It was a dangerous position that Kettering were in, and they hadn't cleared the ball.
Yeah.
Again, it was McGrath playing too classy football. He wants just to hoof the thing out the way, you know. And
there's a time and a place for doing this sort of
it's
stuff.
not at this level, and it's not at this game.
It's not at 0-0 against 8th in the league,
No.
really.
Against a side in form.
And it's not at 3-3 in the last minute in a game when you've been pegged back.
You know.
So, you know.
Well, we've already had 10 minutes of this second half.
It's gone quickly, actually.
That's been quite entertaining at 0-0 still, as the ball is chested down and then hoofed forward for Mitford here to chase.
Well
but
done,
Connor Johnson making his first league appearance, I think.
What on earth was that?
I don't know what that was. Someone squealed when Colin gives the ball.
It was Ashley Chambers. He
felt like it had something rammed somewhere, rather squeakily.
Yeah.
There's a good ball here coming in, and Brackley with a chance.
Good block.
Cleared for a corner. Well, this is end-to-end stuff, as Ed said, basketball-type football. It is end-to-end, as the Brackley fans who are outside the ground can see over the fence are giving it their worth. Behind there, Storer on the near post. Nobody at the back post. It's the first real threat that Colin...
Right-footed, so it'll be either swinging away from the goalkeeper or it'll be clipped into the area. Everyone's on the edge of the box. The love train has left the station. And
it has got that to it, hasn't it? The hand goes up and in comes the low short.
Kettering not picked it up. Chance as the ball comes into the area. No, it's missed by everyone. Corner ball. It must have come off a Kettering man. Not sure who. Either Connor Johnson or Ben Milnes, I think, are the culprits there.
Well, it wasn't what we were expecting. It wasn't what Kettering were expecting, and it's another corner.
Dealt with it well, though, Kettering. Have to be said, but had kept... weren't prepared for that.
This time there's more in the 6-yard box now, and Colin under pressure. He's got Mitford in there, who looks quite athletic. The ball comes in, headed out by Perry towards Powell. Powell does get there, but then loses it to Murrumbedzi, but then wins it back off him. It's been tugged around. Away goes Powell. Powell then is brought down. Nothing given by the referee, and he rolls over as LeBird makes up for it, gets it to Murrumbedzi. Back to LeBird, who plays it back to Danny Lewis.
Not much in that one, I'm afraid. No. Callum, you probably would have done better. I think he was losing the ball, wasn't he?
He was falling down as he was going, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he's tried to buy one. Not dived because there was contact, but went over too easily, well, especially in the eyes of Tom Kirk, the referee.
Still no movement on the Kettering bench. No changes made as...
Good touch from Fryatt. It's not gone. As Kettering trying to claim that was a Kettering throw-in. It hadn't actually left the field of play. And there's nothing in there. But,
well, this is a different game, isn't it, than that first half? It's more intense. There's more about it. The movement's better from both teams.
Yeah,
Brackley seem to be pressing forward a lot more, putting the foot down, I think the term is, isn't it?
It looks like Brackley may have had a rocket shoved somewhere at half-time because they're playing with a lot more intensity. They're not as lackadaisical. They're not giving the ball away as much as they did in the first half. Kettering haven't been able to get those 50-50s because they haven't had the chance to. This is where I think we're seeing the class of the number 8. The 8th place side, as Powell is adjudged to have fouled Murrumbedzi, and those two have been having an unhappy friendship for the entirety of this game. Murrumbedzi's been unhappy with everything Powell's done.
Powell being spoken to by the referee, just asking him to cool down a bit. Powell's been in the wars as well, though, hasn't he? He's been targeted by 3 or 4 of them when he's had the ball. Still no movement for Kettering. We've had 14 minutes of this second half.
Who's taking this one? There's no one actually over the ball.
Yeah.
Where's York looks interested, but in fact, is it going to be Shane Byrne coming over? I don't actually know who that is because he hasn't got his number to us. Yes, Shane Byrne.
Shane Byrne, yeah, tall and.
Yeah, the kind of player you'd expect to see in the penalty area.
Would,
he is
he's about the tallest player, but
he is such a dead ball specialist that he could put it in. Whereas York wanted to be sent quickly down the line. Wouldn't have counted anyway. Ball goes in, clipped in, headed away by McGrath this time. Storer trying to cause some issues for the number 3 who's got past
Coleman,
him.
yeah, he's done well, hasn't he? Gets the ball in.
Dragged towards the edge of the box again. Clipped in. Headed backwards by Connor Johnson. Lofts the ball towards the edge of the box. Kennedy can't get there. Byrne heads it back in. Storer unceremoniously down the pitch looking for Shitakari. Sheriff headed back though. Storer brings it up again and lays it out wide to Powell. It's a poor ball, but thankfully it was so bobbly that number 2
Miles
couldn't
control
deal with
it, could he?
either.
And he spoons it out for a throw-in.
Yeah, got away with that one a little bit there.
Did a bit of pressure there from Brackley. And
if Gary Storer had found a better pass, Powell was away because Miles had stepped up to make the interception. And like I say, it was such a bobbly pass that it spooned off the shin of Ellis Miles and out for a Kettering throw-in. So Kettering have got something from it. No substitutions yet for Kettering.
Not even warming up, are they? So there's nothing likely at the moment as the ball comes in.
Goes in, no one there for Kettering, although it's headed behind by Shane Byrne. And a few...
better communication from Lewis there.
I was just going to say there was
no Kettering player around him.
Cursory look backwards from Shane Byrne towards Lewis and said, why haven't you just told me?
Yeah.
Because the only person anywhere near him was Powell, and he's not going to beat you in the air.
No.
So Kettering have got a...
He looks very slowly, doesn't he, Mills? I noticed that he's sort of almost snail's pace. Takes his time. And but he's there now on the far side, the farthest point from where we're commentating from, so it's good job it's not foggy. In it comes.
Headed.
And that goes for everybody, and that will either go for a goal kick. It hasn't, it's stayed in. And Wes York gets the ball away, maybe towards Richards. Richards does get the ball, heads it back in. There's Perry underneath it. Perry goes down, nothing given, wasn't a foul. And the ball with Chambers. Chambers now miscontrols it, but now gets it at the second attempt. He's got Unlove in front. No, he hasn't got Unlove. It's back with Mitford. Good challenge there by Johnson. Proving to be a good hit, this Johnson. He's got the ball to Richards. Richards... hopeful ball for Sheriff. Don't think Sheriff will keep this in. He has. He's done well. He's got nobody with him though. So Sheriff is down by the corner flag on the right hand side, right down the byline. He's coming inside and he runs it out of play. Goal kick. Yep,
there was no help, so he decided to try and go himself. Well marshalled out of play by the Brackley backline.
Is a point here a good point?
It's very early to be talking about a point, but yes, it is. It has to be said. If the game flows as it is, though, Kettering will feel a little bit unhappy that they won't have taken the lead at some point because they played very well. But no, I have to say that if you'd offered me a point before the game, I would have said yes to it. But there's still a lot of football, so half an hour of football to be played.
Anything could happen in the next half an hour.
Of course it could. Only takes a second to score a goal.
Game of 2 halves.
Yeah. 22 players.
90 minutes.
Richins plays the ball out of play off his head. Looks like there's going to be a substitution for Brackley again. Whether that's going to be taken yet, I don't know. It doesn't look like it. Can't see who is being readied.
They are changing. I think Connor Franklin might come on, I think. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, Paul Cox saying to Kettering, look how deep we are. Up they go in response to his instructions, and Richards heads that one.
Kettering also may make a substitution. I can see someone getting changed. It's either going to be Ashanti Price or Belly Nichols.
Yeah.
Not sure
Headed
which
back
one.
out would be another throw-in from the same place for Brackley. This one inside rather than down the line to Byrne. Byrne now out wide right, and Brackley are coming forward unopposed at the moment. Powell gets all the way back now on that right side. Lots of shouting by lots of players out there, but in come Brackley. Chance here, twisting, turning. There'll be a left-footed cross in. It is low. Milnes controls it, and Storer doesn't complete the clearance. He plays it straight to a Brackley man, and here come the home side again. Chance, shot, wide, well wide. Colin watched it, and
Kettering substitution has changed. They've put the tracksuits back on, but Brackley are going to make a change. Their second of the afternoon. And it is going to be
14 on 8 off. So
on Matt Lowe.
Murren Bedsy off, Matt Lowe on.
So it's Colin with the ball then, waiting for this change to take place. Kettering yet to make a change, although we did think that it's going to happen, but it isn't. It's been announced now. 64 minutes gone. Adam Colin waiting to take this goal kick, and Colin about to get us underway. Remember, on Tuesday night we'll be at Boston United's new ground to bring you all the action from there, as Perry feeds the ball through to Powell. Powell under a bit of pressure, does well, turns, slips, gets up again, goes down, and it's a foul. It's been deemed a foul, a tug on the shirt. Brackley not happy with that, but blatant tug on the shirt, and he always ripped it off, Ed.
He does.
And,
well, if he wants to play for Kettering that much, just speak to Paul Cox if he wants a Kettering shirt that bad. But
yes.
Chances for Kettering, it's a long way out though. It's one of those horrible ones. It's very central, long way out. Can't get an angle on it. You're just going to have to try and drop it in at the back post and hope someone gets there.
Well, we've not had
out of 10. We will see this one cleared at the back post.
We've never seen much of a melee, have we, from Kettering?
No, there's a two-man wall though. So
that's not 10 yards.
Danny Lewis is obviously slightly concerned about Ben Milnes' capabilities.
It's now
here.
One-man wall.
There we go. As McGrath leaves it and goes and joins the fray, and Connor Johnson goes in and joins the fray. The two-man wall was remade and then given up again as Connor Johnson comes in towards the back post. In it comes. Chance here. Offside.
Yep. The referee's given a corner. Hasn't seen the offside flag. Now changes his mind and gives the correct decision, and that's a free kick.
Yep, offside. You can't see from here, obviously, but about 100 yards away from it. But doesn't seem to be any real complaints by anyone. 20 minutes of this second half gone then, 0-0. You're listening to Poppy's TV live audio, sponsored by Elgood's Brewery, your local brewers. And Kettering have held their own so far in the opening 65 minutes. Still 25 to go though, and Brackley have certainly been better this second half than they were first half. Less action for Adam Colin to deal with, but they've looked more threatening. And they certainly look like they've got it in their locker.
Mitford brings on a different dimension for them, doesn't he? Unlove's a different player than Mitford. That's why they've worked well together. But
Carl Perry doing cheerleading job to Connor Johnson as Rico cuts that one out and cuts that one out again. Oh, it's been given against Richards. I thought he was going over to help the Brackley player up. In fact, he's gone over to give him some friendly encouragement, which the referee has taken offence to.
That's a shambles, I just heard. Well, there's a bit of a talking to between Perry's in there.
Cole Perry saying that's a shambles, and I knew it was Cole Perry thanks to his distinctive accent.
Well, it all results in a free kick anyway to Brackley, who is taken by LeBird, who's facing the ball just near the halfway line. And he takes a stance back. Brackley then eventually getting us back in play. We're underway again now. It's Fryatt wins that one. That's McGrath, and there's Shambles here. Try for a penalty, but nothing giving, and Mills comes away with the ball. Mitford claimed he was fouled. The shouts went up. Perry, though, chests it down. Ed is looking like it was a penalty to Powell. Powell, can he put a wonder goal in? Powell to the way, gets the ball through. Here's Conor Kennedy.
Penalty
to Kettering. Foul's gone down.
Controversy.
There is controversy.
I tell you now, again, being unbiased, I think that was a penalty on Mitford. Connor Kennedy's gone to win the ball. Mitford's got his body in the way. He's gone through Mitford. Has won the ball, but he's gone through the player first. Kettering have gone up the other end. Powell's gone jinked past another jink past a defender and gets another penalty. That's 2 in 2 games. Kettering have got the chance to take the lead here at St James's Park.
Well, Brackley will fill themselves some just there, because you said that did look like a penalty on Mitford.
I was just about to say, as Kettering broke forward, imagine if there's a goal here, there'll be all hell break loose. There's a penalty, not so much a goal. Now, Powell took the penalty.
Put it to his right, didn't he?
Yes,
low right and if Brackley were doing their homework, they'll...
Boxing Day. The game after whenever Boxing Day was supposed to be done. I don't know.
Just get confusing, doesn't it, this time of the year, but especially when you're sober. It is Powell who's looking to take this. If Kettering the lead, if he can. He did score. He's in a rich vein of form, and it is Lewis to face him.
Oh, hang on, there's a bit of pushing and
shoving on the edge of the box. Referee coming over to sort this out. It, of course, is going to be...
He's going to speak to them as well, because of course you can't just say stop
LeBird
and get on with it. You have to have a lecture.
And Kennedy and Perry's there along with Wes York, just the other side of Doncaster.
Right.
And it's going to be eventually Powell, if he's kept his nerve, to take this,
this is
penalty.
The problem, isn't
this
it?
is problem, waiting around.
Long delay.
Whistle goes, steps up, Powell comes in, sends him wrong way. 1-0 Kettering, great penalty. 1-0.
Kettering take the lead, and if that had happened in the first half, you'd have said well deserved. The second half has been more even, but it is 1-0 to Kettering. Callum Powell with it, and happy days in blue for Kettering. No such thing as a Blue Monday or a Blue Saturday. It's
wasn't it Blue is the colour? Wasn't that a song?
Something like that, yeah. Blue is the colour here at St James's Park. Kettering take the lead to 8th place Brackley. Penalty through Callum Powell. It's now 2 in a row he's scored. That's 4 in a row for Kettering, isn't it? I think this season. Penalties.
Yeah, Kettering haven't missed one so far. It's 4 in a row. Powell gets his 6th goal of the season and is the leading league goal scorer now on 6. Kennedy scored 6. We got one in the FA Trophy. And that is Powell's 5th goal away from home as well. So
Brackley get us underway, and they come forward very quickly with the 14, Matt Lowe. Not really been in the game so far. That's been cut out by Storer, whose left-back performance is doing very well, actually, at the moment. Throw in for Brackley. They take it short and put the ball forward. Powell, like a terrier there, nipping at the heels of the Brackley man, putting out for another throw-in. But here come Brackley switching the ball all the way over to their left side with York. York now forward, puts it into Trey Mitford. Mitford has Fryatt to help, and Fryatt gets him in the way. And Powell is caught late. Referee says no, doesn't matter. Ball's gone forward to Richins, who had a bit more time than he... Well, had a little less time than he thought there. Perry can't win the flick on, but it's fallen through to Carey Sheriff on the right side of the box. Oh, it's shanked high. Why? Not very
right
handsome.
idea, though, wasn't it? And hit the end of the Brackley Town sign above the stand. But right idea, shoot, and you never know what happens.
Gary Lewis, yes, I guess penalties can be scored at Brackley. Of course, last time we were here, there were 2 penalties in the game.
There were.
Both missed.
Right at the end of the game, if I remember right.
Right at the end of the game,
NT missed one for Kettering?
NT missed one right at the end, and then another one was saved by Paul White, I think it was, at the other end, the end where Kettering are actually attacking at the moment. So there we are, headed away by Storer. Byrne puts a long high ball in. Mitford doesn't win the header against McGrath, and Storer clears the ball towards the centre of the Brackley defence. Perry uses his bulk, and then his fouled advantage, says the referee. Powell is through the centre. He's got Sheriff to the left. He's still going.
He should have given the ball to Sheriff, shouldn't he? It's too late now.
Now he does. Sheriff has got a lot of work to do, though, because Brackley are back in numbers. He goes all the way back to Storer. Storer may go back to McGrath here. Yeah, Kettering are now back inside their own half. Powell a little bit too hungry for a goal there. Connor Johnson's under a bit of pressure, although good footwork from him, and he sprays the ball to Ryan Fryatt. Fryatt, Cruyff turn back to Connor Johnson. Johnson into Milnes. Oh, it wasn't quite a Cruyff turn, but it's the same thing. Ball forward, Richins is looking there. It's going to be York who plays it back to the goalkeeper. Richins is still up. Good ball from the keeper, but Kennedy gets there on the right-hand side. Kettering springing their step here. Not a bad ball in. Unfortunately, Sheriff had gone to the front post. And
nobody there at all.
Cross went to the back post. Just a misread there by either Kennedy or Sheriff. Kennedy looked up, saw Sheriff at the back post. Ball was taken quickly, and Milnes has cut that one out again. Here come Kettering coming forward. Milnes looking for an option. He will go back to Ryan Fryatt. Ryan Fryatt plays it to the sit-in right back Richins. Back to Fryatt again. Fryatt back to Richins on the right-hand side. He's on the halfway line now. Clip forward, right-footed. Looking for the run of Ben Milnes. Ben Milnes will get there. Ben Milnes is a brilliant run from him, actually. We've not seen him do that much at all in any season, but certainly not today.
We're still taking it out of him, but gets the ball back to Richins.
Perry is playing as a right winger, though, at the moment. Good ball in from Richins, straight into the hands of Danny Lewis, though, who's bowls out quickly again. There's no time to stop and get ready, as here come Brackley. They're breaking forward. There's a good chance here. Mitford's wide right. He's got Connor Johnson. Connor Johnson wins that battle again. A corner ball it will be, though.
Well, Connor Johnson proving his worth, is coming in for Jevon Anderson, doing very well against Mitford. Mitford, we know, he's a class player, a young player, an ex-Kettering player, of course. We know what he can do. They've got a corner, and Kettering need now to obviously defend this to the hilt, and certainly opened up since that penalty.
Just had a look at the time. There's still a lot of time to go, and for 17 minutes.
Don't even look at the clock, Ed. Don't even look at the clock.
Yeah, but you can't. Now you've said it, I'm going to want to look at it more.
Don't look at it then.
I can't.
Don't look at it.
Turn
the clock off.
No. Anyway, corner for Brackley.
28 minutes gone.
Right-footed one again. The Love Train pulls out of the station. That's flat. Chance headed. Oh, well, good call from.
Well, eventually it was a good call, wasn't it? I thought they were going to stop and stare at it, and someone was going to poke it in. But
Colin came out, called for it. Richins then just ducked and allowed him to get it. But Richins was already in the motion of heading the ball away, so Colin stopped, thinking that Richins would carry it on the header, and thankfully Colin collected it at his feet.
Well, Colin gets the ball into
that's a long
It is. It's
kick.
going to come straight back, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Richins underneath this, he loses. Should be a handball there on Mitford, but it's his shoulder, but we'll let him off. Here comes the dangerous number 7, where's York? And
North East
somewhere, isn't it? Well, no, it's mid New Yorkshire, isn't it? But it's Mitford with it. Now he squares it to Chambers. The square is a good ball. Might be a long shot here from Byrne. Byrne decides not to place it out wide to Miles. Miles has got Storer in front of him. Miles down by the byline. He's trying to get the ball over, and it comes right-footed. No, it doesn't. He has to play it out wider. Sheriff gets in there. It's played back, and Burns has to collect it. Perry almost intercepts, but waddles around, but can't get there. Plays it to LeBird. It's stretched over to Coleman. Coleman feeds it through to Chambers. Chambers. Brackley still chasing this goal to equalise. Ball comes through. 14, the substitute gets that. That's Matt Lowe.
No foul,
he loses
says the
it.
referee.
No foul,
Sheriff.
and Sheriff is away with it now. Sheriff on the left-hand side. Only Perry up front at the moment. He's making a laboured run into there, but it's cut out.
Yes, Storer can bring it under control, but Sheriff gets in the way. Kettering adamant it's their throw-in.
Paul Cox can't believe that the referee has given that the other way. So,
although it has been given that way. Martin Beedworth, I hope Wes York gets substituted. Why? Why? He's a good player, but I presume it's probably because of our commentary. Anyway, Danny Lewis plays it out to the booked Cullinane Liebird. Booked early on in the first half, he was. Plays it inside to the number 11, now back to the captain Gareth Dean. Gareth Dean looking for an option, going to clip it this way. Richins has read it, is pushed in the back, nothing given. And here's the number 10, Chambers. Chambers will have a chance here, tries to play it through. Oh, it has fallen its way through to Mitford. Oh, straight at Colin.
Well, that was a chance, wasn't it? That was a chance on the 6-yard box there. Mitford thought he'd got the ball past Colin. It was a half-scuffed shot. A direct shot would have been in. Good positioning from Colin. And luckily, jokes are killing me. Oh, dear.
Wow.
But Colin then gets us
top quality humour, I think you'll find.
Well, they come from Miles, don't they? Well, they come from York. Perry goes down, brings someone like a skittle.
What's going on?
I'm not quite sure. There's a melee going on there.
He's got Perry in a
Powell, Perry still with the ball. Powell still with the ball, shoots, and he tried too much. He fires the ball over. It's just gone over, and
it's over the Brackley Town terrace there, and new ball will be taken from the cones, as they are these days, placed about I think they're 30 yards. It's going to be substitution. It's Brackley who are doing it. It's Chambers is going to go off.
He's been quite a handful, Chambers. I'm
He
surprised to
has
see
been.
him
I
go.
honestly didn't see what number came on, so bear with me.
Did the board go up?
It did, yeah. I just wasn't watching. I was trying to see who number 10 was. I should have just said the numbers. Go on, turn round. He's going in at left back anyway. Number 16.
Connor Franklin.
Franklin, the man coming on. So...
we have Peter Short with us, wearing flip-flops. Yes.
Oh, that was silly. I know it's dress code, but early January, flip-flops.
Mask and flip-flops, yes, that's what we need as Kettering get the ball forward. Sheriff under a bit of pressure, loses the ball.
Kettering have got to be just so careful that they don't sit back on this now. They've had their little spray of possession after they scored. Nothing came of it. They've got to be on the front foot and playing positive football, because if they start dropping back, we know Brackley have got quality to score goals. They've done it very often in the league.
Well, Mitford had a very good chance there, didn't he? And should have put that in.
Golden opportunity. I know it was on his left foot, but goal scorer, he's tried to hit it low across goal, and it's spooned off the top of his foot and just sort of harmlessly gone into the hands of Adam Collin. Cut out by Powell, though, high up the pitch, although that's cut away from Powell again. Out of play, Kettering throwing it will be.
Well, still no changes from the Kettering bench. They're all sat down watching.
Yeah, so Brackley have made all three now. Of course, one was enforced with Lee and Lovu going off, which
nothing like being enforced.
Yeah, well, went off with what looked like a very nasty lower back injury.
There's a chance here from
Storr has given the ball away, and thankfully Brackley are being forced to play it around their back line. But here comes, I think it's Connor Franklin now, the substitute, the fresh legs, as he breaks forward.
Well,
Fryatt is with Wes York, so unfortunately he's going to complete the game. Sorry,
Doncaster.
Martin. Yep. But there's a chance here, right-hand side for Brackley. Ball, that's very deep in. Richards has used his boot to hoof that into the air. Powell manages to block any ball forward, and that's a bit of a miskick by the 16, and Milnes then plays a tasty ball through to Decary Sheriff. It looks like the Clonane Libird will get there first. He does, back to Danny Lewis, and the ball will come back at the Kettering defence again.
It's the movement now on the Kettering bench. There's a couple out there warming up, Price and Bailey Nichols, but it's Milnes with the ball on the halfway line, plays it through to Powell. Powell gets there, beats one, loses out to the second. Kennedy intercepts. Kennedy going forward. Are we going to see a wonder strike from Kennedy? No. He's beaten two. He's been pushed out to the wing. He's got Richards behind him, and he's got who he uses. Richards takes a touch. Still, Richards plays a good ball through. A lovely ball to Sheriff. Sheriff now on the byline. Can he get the ball over? Sheriff puts in a good save from Danny Lewis at the near post. Neil post?
Who's he?
Neil post. Not sure who he is.
He's
but
a goalkeeper for Dagenham and Redbridge in the late 70s, wasn't he?
You weren't born. How do you know that one?
I don't. It was a joke.
Oh, right.
Just say anything. If you say it with confidence, people won't question you. That's how you've got away with it for so long.
Oh, I know that. But it is a corner anyway after all this.
McGrath will be taking it left-footed. Still Brackley learning with one man up, which is an interesting tactic at this stage. There's 10 minutes left of the game, plus whatever the referee adds on, which will probably be about 15 minutes. But
don't be silly. Be 10.
So left-footed, the Kettering adopting the love train technique this time.
This is ideal for Perry, isn't it?
In it comes. Good looking ball in, headed away at the front post. It will come back out to McGrath, who has to do it first time. In fact, he misjudged it. He gets it back to Milnes, though. Left-footed Milnes, not a bad ball. Left-footed Milnes in. Actually, offside as the Kettering man anyway. Kettering wanted to shoot. It wasn't given. So, free kick will be taken by Danny Lewis. It's just inside his area. As Kettering still leads this game. If you're just joining us, where on earth have you been? It's 10 minutes to go, but Callum Powell scored a penalty after, let's be honest, at the other end, I think probably Trey Mitford was fouled for a penalty, but it wasn't given.
Felt harshly done by us. Powell goes, he's taken out.
That's nasty.
He's been taken out, and Powell, who's been the target for quite a few.
No attempt to get the ball there. The
that should
man.
Be
he stayed on his feet, but he's just ran straight across Callum Powell. That'll be a booking, easily at least. Powell had gone past him. He just ran straight through Powell.
Well, Lewis pats him on the back and gives him the ball. As you know, it's going to be a free
physio,
kick.
Sports therapist, whatever she's called, Rachel comes on.
Certainly is a handful is Powell, and has been since he's joined Kettering. Been a revelation actually since he's joined Kettering. Callum Powell has scored some cracking goals and causing the defences all sorts of problems. He's still not up there. It is a booking.
I think it's number 6, is it the captain?
It might be Gareth Dean, I think.
It looks like Gareth Dean.
If he turns around, we'll let you know.
He's got an armband on or not. He's too far away. No, he's not going to turn his back. I think it's Gareth Dean. Because I can't see anyone else. Yeah, it is. There he is.
Gareth Dean goes into the book then for the home side. It's a good position.
Yeah, good position this. Powell won't take it this time. And I think it might be, I don't know, I was going to say it might be too far out for a shot, but Perry is standing over the ball, which suggests that it's not going to go into the box. No, but it suggests it's not going to go into the box. And Milnes is going to take it. Perry's still looking interested in this. No, now he walks away.
Well, there is a wall, a two-man wall. It's about 6 yards.
Maybe it's further out than we thought then. Yeah, it looks like it is going to go into the box. As it's very difficult to see.
The referee's placed out the 10 yards now, Ed. So Chester 3, FC Telford 0. So it comes from Mill towards that back post, and it's headed away. Friett has got nobody with him at the moment. Powell trying to reach him, but being pushed into the corner. Still does well. Gets the ball to Powell. Powell jigs around, gets it to Richards. Richards led to penalty area, puts one in. Headed out though, straight to Milnes. Milnes fires, blocked, and Connor Kennedy puts it out wide for Perry. Perry will need some help. He goes into the corner, almost trips over. Decides to stand up. He's doing. He's right in that corner flag. Can't see what's going on. There's two around him. Nobody helping him, and it is a foul in the end. So where we are. So it's a free kick. Free kick to Brackley been taken. Away comes the home side with 7 minutes to go or so before full time. It's taking a long time for the clock to wind down. It says that don't look at the clock. There's a good ball here. Friett needs to get there. He hasn't done. It's Wes York, the name changer. He comes in. Good tackle. Slips. Still York with it. Gets the ball to this number 16. It comes in. Franklin. Header comes in. Oh, and that just goes wide. And Colin was static. There was no call, and that was just inches wide from where we are. It might have been a little wider with the foreshortening angle, but that looked like a real good chance for the home side.
Header that was. It was everything you should do in that position. Head it back across goal. Colin rooted to the spot, and there is going to be a substitution for Kettering. Is it going to be made before this goal kick is taken? I think they'll call for it just as he puts the ball on the 6-yard box, just to slow the game down a little bit more. In fact, are they going to do it now? Oh no, it's going to be the goal kick will be taken. No, yes. Not a clue what the
yes, no doing. Interlude. It's going to be no anyway. As the goal kick is taken by Colin. Looks like the new boy might be getting a few minutes. Headed on there by Perry for Sheriff to change it, and almost got to it. But away come Brackley now, pressing for this equaliser in the dying embers of this game with the 5 minutes of regular time to go before the referee puts up how long.
As a teacher.
That's right, yeah, registration, I remember that. Good, never again. But
here come Brackley. Kettering not pressing Brackley in their own half now, allowing Brackley to come forward, and then they press over the halfway line. Slip as the ball went forward, cut out by Friett. Friett plays it to Powell, who has a man with him. He has two men with him and loses out, unfortunately. Milnes battling with Shane Byrne, his opposite number. Both number 4s going at it there. Cut out by Storer. Powell will get there. Powell goes past 2, or the ball goes past 2. He stays in place. And back come Brackley. Kettering have got to get out of this habit of just sitting back now. Oh, it's a great ball through. It's a really good ball through, and Brackley have got a chance. Put in! Handball. Yeah. Yeah. Connor Johnson hit his hand. And... Well, Kettering unhappy with it. Don't know.
Shut up.
Not happy with it. They're saying the hand was in a natural position. I don't know whether it's...
Well, it's no good them arguing with it. He's not going to change his mind. It's not like they've got VAR or anything. They're just going to get on with it.
Well, there was 2 penalties here last time we played. And there's 2 penalties here this time, of course, as you said, last time we played, it was 2 missed penalties. So far, 1 has been scored. Perry is coming back just to have a word with Adam Collin. Well, we've not got long left. There's 3 minutes left of this game. And I said Kettering have got to get out of the habit of sitting back and allowing Brackley to come on to them. They didn't. Connor Franklin has given away a penalty. No, sorry, not Connor Franklin. Connor Johnson has given away a penalty. Shane Byrne is the man to take it.
Because unfortunately, Johnson got that penalty away against Ashton, didn't he? And
do you know what I was just about to say as well? Had we hung on for another couple of minutes, that Connor Johnson was going to be my man of the match. Still maybe.
Very unfortunate. I mean, the ball was fired in. It's not as if he put his hand out deliberately to stop the ball, was it? It's one of those that hits the arm, and you're clutching at straws if you trying to claim that's a penalty. And of course, they've claimed the straws, and referee has given it. And Byrne has a chance to put the scores a level here in the 43rd minute of this game. That again, Kettering really haven't looked like losing or drawing at all. Referee blows his whistle. In comes the run-up, tries to skip, and easily puts it by
little skip and
jump, and puts it by Colin. 1-1.
Yep, it's gone into the back of the net, and Kettering's substitutions are going to be made now. And Brackley get the ball on the centre spot very quickly. They will have the momentum going into the last couple of minutes of this game.
It's Carl Perry that's being replaced by Bailey Nichols, who's making his...
well, what an introduction this would be for the young man if he came on and did something spectacular. Bailey Nichols coming onto the pitch for Kyle Perry.
Well, he scored the 3rd goal against Kettering for Gloucester, and he could repeat some of that damage. Would be fantastic to do that in the time allocated. Probably about 6 minutes, I'd have thought. 2 minutes of normal time maybe, and 3 minutes.
We've got about a minute left of regulation time, and then.
So we carry on here, getting the game underway as Kettering come forward with Milnes, but the ball's pumped back there, and I'm going to be careful here as McGrath gets it back to Colin. Colin side foots it into the centre circle. It's headed back, and the chance here now for Brackley again. Another dive there by the number 14, Matt Lowe. Looked like he'd been shot by a sniper. As we did say that Brackley do a lot of diving, and have continued to do that. There was a perfect example, headed out by a Kettering player there. It's Wes York, and he gets it to the number 11, Armisen. Ball in there's Storer should go out for a Kettering throw-in, and does. There's the flashing board over there. Can't see what he's saying, but whistle goes. And the referee having a word with some Kettering players, Fright and McGrath. That's an interesting one there from Ed. Won't go into that one. And there's still a lot of talking. Storer having a word with the linesman. It's a throw into Kettering. Storer has got the ball.
Well, I make it. We've hit 90, so we need to see the board. How much is added? 4
minutes. So
usual added on time, isn't it?
It is. So if this ends 1-1, Paul Cox will be disappointed. 4 minutes that's been added there as Kettering try and get the ball. They can. Milnes does in fact hack one down, and then there's a bit of play acting from the Brackley players.
Yeah, play acting as well.
Yeah,
gets up, and as soon as he realises the referee's not giving anything,
gets up again like Lazarus.
Yep. Oh, what's going on here? Booking for
the new bloke. Yeah, new one. That's exactly the same as
refusing to give 10 yards. It's good booking that actually for Bailey Nichols. Sorry. So take one for the team. He's only been on a couple of minutes, but take one for the team. Stop them playing quickly. Get your defence back organised. Well, it will. We've still got some time to play in this, so I'll hold that for the moment. Because Johnson heads away. Storer will have time to bring it out. Goes down the line for Bailey Nichols, although he's out of play, I'm afraid, for Brackley, who suddenly have a quick rolling ball system in play. taken back to the centre halves, played along the back line for Cullinane and Liebird. Now it's Armson. Armson slips as he puts the ball through. Oh, keeper
Colin called
yeah.
for it, and it was taken away from him. Kettering in problems there. Foul on Storer has been seen by the referee.
Yeah, referee was just waiting to see whether Powell was getting away from Shane Byrne. He wasn't. And
that was rather cosy from Powell, wasn't it, really? He had a real drumbeat of a run there towards that ball before the foul was reduced back to Storer. Storer then leaves the ball, gets it to Colin to take this free kick as we're getting towards the end of this game here at St James's Park. Last year it ended 1-1. Penalties in that game both missed, and penalties in this game today both scored. So interesting stats there for saddos like me. But it is Colin to take this free kick. He's pumped it in there, but to no avail. No Kettering player near it.
Oh, here comes Powell. Bailey Nichols.
Bailey Nichols with it now. His first real touch of it, other than getting booked with the ball. He plays it back to Fryatt. McGrath,
actually, isn't it?
Yeah, down there. Back to Bailey Nichols as a foul. You might guess goes against Kettering, and that should really be soon. Be about
a minute left.
A minute left, I would think. So it's
taking it quickly. Brackley want this last-minute winner. Kettering have just got to hold fast now. It's not a, although that's a poor ball, and Kettering could counter-attack here through to De Carey Sheriff on the right-hand side. As a chance, late chance for Kettering here. Sheriff twists, turns, ball in, corner. Corner it will be. Kettering will have arguably the last chance of the game.
Well, this is where we want to be in the Brackley half at this time of the game, with only seconds or at least a minute, let's say, of time to go. This could be the last action
30 seconds,
of 30 seconds. Yeah, it's going to be McGrath who's going over to take this, and
well, Kettering aren't sitting back on it. It's a normal corner routine. There's only the two back of Richins and Storer, and when this is taken, we will have hit the full time. So it has to go in from Kettering. Unless the referee allows a final attack, if it gets cleared and counters, I don't know.
Bailey Nichols is there anyway. What a dream debut that would be for him, coming on with a few minutes and scoring the winner. In it comes as a header. It's headed back post. There's Powell at the back post. Powell is taken off the ball. It's melee in there. It's still Powell with it. Goes down. Nothing given this time. And Brackley gets away with
I'm a long way away, but I'm not sure whether... referee's not looking to blow there. Kettering come forward again. Kettering throw in
on the far side. Give Kennedy a chance, surely.
Well, I don't know why the referee's playing so much longer.
Into the 50th minute.
The last chance saloon then for Kettering.
It is. It's going to be Connor Kennedy. He's got a chance here to deliver the ball that wins the game for Kettering, or will it just be blown off course and into the memory books of this game?
I forgot the Brackley bench a shout of "look at the ball." It's just the most boring shout in the world.
Well, in it
comes.
There's
Kettering players all over the shop.
And there goes the final whistle.
Full time. Well, Kettering have got a draw here at St James's Park, and if you'd have offered that before the game, Kettering fans and players probably would have taken it. However, it was a game of twists and turns. The first half was very interesting. Kettering on the ascendancy, but Brackley had their chances. Went 0-0 at half-time, though. After that, Brackley maybe should have had a penalty, but Kettering went straight up the other end. Powell was fouled, and it was a penalty. Powell picked himself up, dispatched his second penalty in 2 games, and made it 1-0. And then 4 minutes from time, a ball drilled across the box, hits Connor Johnson on the hand. Kettering players saying it was in a natural position. Referee didn't care. Pointed to the spot. Shane Byrne stepped up and put it into the back of the net. Apart from that, Kettering had a few, maybe a 1/2 chance towards the end, which resulted in a corner. But it's 1-1 here at St James's Park, and not a bad start to the year 2021. And it's not a loss on the first game of the year, so that will be a positive for Paul Cox. We're going to try and get a word with him in a few moments, but it's finished here at St James's Park. Brackley Town 1, Kettering Town 1. Good night.